Sims. Michael Sims. That was Sims' his younger brother. His name is Steven Sims.
Yeah.
That's his younger brother actually. There, he's only a junior. I thought he was a senior.
You guys ready to go live?
I don't know. You tell me. Is Josh ready to go live?
I'm ready.
Have you heard the Open yet? Have you played the Open yet? You want to hear the Open? Oh, I can't hear that either.
It's just the music right now that it's playing.
Okay.
I use this to grab the stream. See now, the stream is being played over the air right now, or I should say the Open is just the music bed, and then what I'll do is I'll go into the intro. It stops from that like 10 seconds of awkward dead air because there's a 30-second delay, and where that 30 seconds lies, nobody knows. So this right here kind of fixes that whole
All
problem.
right. Just give me a 5 count when you're ready.
We're getting better every year.
You got 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay.
Kyle, you got audio?
So start doing your scales now.
Yeah. That's yeah.
This is our intro music, so
I got an intro, a video that I'm going to roll for about 30 seconds. So,
well, this bed right here is gonna roll for another 2.5 minutes. You want me to give? You want me to give you a 35-second or 40-second warning? E-dog.
I just texted you.
You texted me the link. Okay.
Capital Region Education Cooperative. That's what CREC stands for.
Well, this is Capital Prep.
Right. So they're part of that.
Yeah.
They're
At
part of that
35?
system.
Okay.
I can't hear that. Should I be able to? Oh, okay. It would be nice to hear it. Oh, that guy almost fell.
got you guys.
You got us.
It's a little delay though, so on this. But this is where you're at right
20.
now. 10.
Good evening, football fans. Welcome to the first game of our 2017 season here at Griswold High School. It's a beautiful night under the lights. It's a big matchup tonight between our very own Griswold Wolverines versus, all the way from Hartford, Connecticut, Capital Prep. So we've got a lot to say tonight about the matchup. We've got a couple of minutes before kickoff here, and we're going to salute the flag, of course. But, hey, first off, welcome aboard. This is Pastor Josh PJ, joined here live fieldside with my good friend KT Kevin Thompson. And we will be hearing from Sean Sass down on the field tonight as well. Kevin, it's been a few months since we've been in the booth. We love this. This is our third season, traveling with the boys everywhere they go, calling every single play live, game by game. And tonight, of course, is the leadoff matchup here, as I said, between Wolverines and Capital Prep. Talk to us a little bit about where things left off for us Wolverine fans about our 2016 season. How we did, where we left off, and if you got a couple thoughts about where we're heading tonight, share them as well. KT.
Well, it's the first game of the season. Hope abounds for every team when they start off. Last year, 3-7 for the Wolverines, so it was a tough season.
Yep.
They did have wins against North Branford, the Creek School out in Enfield.
Yep.
So
and,
those
the Academy,
in the Academy in Woodstock,
yep.
right on the road. So all 3 games on the road, they won.
Yes.
All 4 games at home, they lost.
Yes, that's correct. We have a lot of home games this year.
We do indeed. It's a flip schedule this year. Last year they played 6 on the road, 4 at home, and it's a flip this year of the same type of schedule. So as we looked at them warming up, first thing we noticed right away is Capital Achievement. The prep school definitely has the size advantage tonight.
Sure.
And one of the things that we kept talking about all season last year was, when are they going to start throwing the ball more?
Yeah.
So we have a new quarterback.
We do. Talk to us about our quarterback, Andrew Koziel here.
So Andrew Koziel is a sophomore, 6 feet, 175 pounds, and his dad came on to help on the staff as well, the coaching staff. So we're thinking we might see some new wrinkles offensively for the Wolverines.
Well, what's interesting, too, is last year's quarterback did not graduate. He's a senior this year, and he's lining up as a running back tonight. And so our quarterback from last year is going to still be with us, still playing this year.
And he'll be on the other side of the ball in his linebacker spot as well. So the captains are meeting out at midfield for the coin toss, and our captains this year are Bryce Molesky, number 2, number 7, Zach Tatro, and number 74, Dane Taylor. Some kind of relation to our wonderful Mike Monarski here. That's Mike's stepson. So he's very proud at this moment watching Dane out there as one of the captains doing the coin toss. So we're just waiting to see who wins that. So just looking generally at the schedule, some of the results from last year. The points for the Wolverines last year, 170. Points against, 328.
Ouch.
So they were almost outscored 2-1 in the entire season.
And the 2 seasons that we've been watching the Wolverines play, we are a third-quarter team. We put more points up either first quarter or third quarter than second and fourth. I don't know why that is. Even through the change of quarterbacks that we've had, we seem to put our points up first and third quarter. Now, one quick reminder, when I say quarter, we're talking 12 minutes. High school football is a 12-minute quarter, so there are 12 minutes on the clock.
Looks
Capital
like
Achievement.
Capital Achievement won the coin toss, and they will receive. They want the ball first. So they're shaking hands, and we're going to be about ready to go for a kickoff here. So, again, just kind of looking at the schedule. So they kick off tonight at 6 o'clock at home. Their next game is next week in Waterford at 6:30. So that'll be a road game. Then they go to Killingly for a 6:30 kickoff. So 2 tough games right away after this.
Yeah.
3 tough games, really.
Yeah.
Capital Achievement comes in off a quarterfinal loss to Seymour in the States last year.
If I remember correctly, looking at the stats before the game, our 3 hardest games of the year are the first 3 games.
Yeah, you do have some. So the divisions in the ECC changed a little bit over this past year. So you basically have a ECC1, ECC2, and ECC3. Griswold falls in the ECC3 category, along with Killingly, Plainfield, and Wyndham, and we're about to get the national anthem.
Here we go with the national anthem, folks. The season begins.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Griswold High School Corral group getting the season started off there with the singing of the national anthem. Kickoff to be coming up in just a couple of minutes. We've got some sponsors that make this broadcast possible. Do we have a minute to give mention to some of these fine folks?
We certainly do. This game is brought to you tonight by Uncle Cranky's Cafe. Uncle Cranky's, Main Street, Jewett City, has great lunch and dinner specials every day. And Becky places their specials on the Wolverine Radio Facebook page daily. Uncle Cranky's Cafe, proud to sponsor Griswold Football. Here's a great deal for you. Thomas Buffington Associates Auto Repair in Plainfield is offering oil changes for the low price of $9.99. You have to hurry. It's only for a limited time. Check their Facebook page for details. Thomas Buffington Associates Auto Repair, 860-317-1079. Dean's Corner Diner is back for another year of Griswold football. Stop in any day of the week for bar none, the best breakfast in town. Not only that, but Dean's has great lunch specials as well. Dean's Corner Diner, open 7 days a week, says go Wolverines. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. Kevin Trahan, Allstate Insurance in Plainfield, has 36 years of life insurance experience. If you are concerned about your current policy or need good, solid advice, call Kevin today, 860-564-3383. Even open on Saturday. All right, we're about ready for kickoff here, it looks like. The ball is on the tee.
Thank you, sir. Of course, we like River Church. We think River Church is cool. Tough Buddies coming up.
Tough Buddies coming up.
Register online at riverchurch.org for the largest kid-friendly mud run in Eastern Connecticut on Sunday, September 24th. Here we go, folks. It's time for football. Number 2, Bryce Mileski, last year's quarterback, this year's running back, and also a defensive player as well, is lined up for the kickoff.
Now, folks, we don't have a roster yet for Capital Achievement. We apologize for that. We've asked for the coaches, and they haven't given us one yet. But it's number 3 that takes the kick, I think.
He had a block, and he ran to the middle, and the Wolverines brought him down in prep territory on the 26-yard line. Oh, no, that ball is going to be – he's moving it back. Yep. Right around the 26, 27-yard line. Capital Prep's going to take over on downs here. The first 9 seconds of the season.
So it looks like here that Prep comes out and 2 wides to the near, 2 wides to the side, one each on the line, one in the slot, single back.
High snap, shotgun, good pressure, and it's a sack. First play of the game. Wow, number 7, number 34, number 74 in on that play for the Wolverines.
Tatro, Dane, Taylor, and Sims, Steven Sims in on that.
Dude, it was like they opened the door and nice. Good clean sack. That was a high snap, Kevin. Quarterback is definitely back looking to throw from the shotgun. He's back a good 6 or 7 yards from the line of scrimmage, and that ball almost went over his head. And the quarterback, he's got to be almost 6 feet tall.
We got trips to the near side here for Prep.
So another high snap. Prep needs to settle down a little bit. Big throw to the right-hand side of the field. And it's completed. Number 5 for the Capital Prep. No coverage. He was wide open, but he tripped himself up, bringing the ball down to the Wolverine 40-yard line. Big play there, Kevin.
And in high school and college football, if you fall and go to the ground, even though no one tackles you, you're down.
There was nobody. There was a big hole in the coverage there. So obviously,
Andrew Clements stumbled just before the ball came down, so he was wide open, and he had a lane all the way to the end zone, but unfortunately he stumbled himself.
He stumbled, and he knew it.
He's a rather tall receiver. I'd say he's got to be 6'1"-ish.
It was a nice throw. We're still seeing a lot of jitters out on the field, offensively and defensive. Of course, the first play of the game, the offensive line collapsed completely, allowing a sack, but the Wolverine defense struggled on that big play, second play of the game. So here we go, 1st and 10.
Straight snap to the running back.
Wolverines wrap him up. I'm looking at number 2 for the Wolverines for sure.
That's
Mileski on that play, but he had some help for sure. Again, I believe Michael Sims was in on that tackle as well.
About a yard?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, we're looking at a yard. So inside the Wolverine 40, 39 yards to go for a touchdown. 2nd down and 9 for Capital Prep.
This time the running backs to the
Much
quarterback's
lower
right.
snap. It's a throw to the right-hand side of the field. It's caught cleanly. Nice tackle there by number 23 for the Wolverines, Andrew Clements. That saved another touchdown.
Same wide receiver, number 5 there, and that was what they call a skinny post pattern.
He's ginormous.
He is very tall.
He's like 9 feet tall.
He's very tall. So, and I would say he's got 4 or 5 inches at least.
And he ran a slant to the inside of the field, and he was wide open, and he's got a wingspan of about 8 feet. So
they switched up now. They have a different cornerback on him.
Big target. Run up the middle, wrapped up by the Wolverines. Number 7 on the tackle.
For a loss.
Number 10 on the tackle.
So
number 18 on the tackle.
That's Tatro and Patrick Strain.
And also, I believe Dane was in on that tackle as well.
Lost of 2 yards there, Josh.
Yep. Nice stop by the Wolverines defensive line there. So the tackles and the ends on the Wolverine defense are getting busy tonight, but our cornerbacks and our middlebacks are struggling a little bit.
So capital achievement, first time the quarterback's under center here. See what they do.
It's a fake run up the middle. Quarterback hangs on to it, trying to get around the left-hand side. Throws, looking for his man, tipped, incomplete.
Right through the hands of number 4.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for Capital Prep.
For Prep, that was right through his hands, but they were well covered. That was
good pressure on the quarterback.
Good pressure on the quarterback. He's rolling to his opposite side, to his left, and he's right-handed, so he had to throw against his body.
Yeah.
Didn't get much on that, kind of floated it.
Let's see, first.
It's a penalty. Yeah, holding on capital achievement.
Prep.
So that's going to back him up 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 22.
I believe it's 3rd down and 22.
I think it's still 2nd because of the penalty.
Oh, okay.
They may have,
you're right. Yes, sir.
May have not changed that on the board.
You got it. 2nd and 22. So we've seen a big completion. We've seen a sack. We've seen 2 hits for loss of yards, and we've seen 2 incomplete passes on this first drive of the year for Capital Achievement. From the shotgun, snap down around the knees. Quarterback rifles it across the field, finds number 7, breaks the tackle, moving to the right-hand side. It looks like he's got the corner of the end zone. Number 4 from the Wolverines on the chase. Big hit by Devon Ludy, but it's too late. Touchdown for Capital Prep, folks.
Number 7 for Prep going in for the touchdown. Nice blocking downfield by his fellow wide receivers. Really sprung him on that one.
Yep, they tried to wrap him up. Good clean tackles, but he just busted right through it. It was a nice effort there, and then he ran for daylight to the right-hand side, and it was definitely going to be a challenge for the Wolverines to catch him. They definitely tried. So, first drive, first score, 9:23 remaining in the first quarter. 6-0, Capital Prep has the lead.
Going for the extra point here, so it'll be a 1 point, not a 2 point conversion.
So they've got the quarterback, I believe.
No, that was the wide receiver, I think, that just caught that.
No, the kicker.
Yeah, I think that was the wide receiver that caught the touchdown.
You're right. Number 7.
Kick is good.
Kick is good. 7-0 for Capital Prep. Wolverines are going to get a chance. Let's take a quick little break here for a second, and don't go away. 9:23 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Capital Prep, but now it's our turn. On the board. The Wolverines' turn is right now. You're listening to live continuing coverage of Griswold High School football. We're going to be here all year, folks, here on Wolverine Radio. The umps have a little conversation with Capital Prep, a little question here about where to tee the ball or something. I don't know, but it belongs on the 40-yard line, so here we go.
It's a big man that's kicking off there for Capital Prep.
They're all huge.
It looks like one of their offensive linemen.
Yeah. Capital Prep is a good team. They're very highly rated. They only lost 3 games last year,
including the playoff game. Yeah.
So they went to the the state quarterfinal, I believe. Wolverines catch the ball, running down the middle. Number 2 on the
Molesky.
return, Bryce Molesky, gets out to right around the 40-yard line. So we're going to have same field position that Capital Prep had.
It was a short kick. It was a high kick, but it was a short kick, and Molesky returned it for about 15 yards from the 25 to the 40.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, something that we've been saying for 2 years now is we would love to see the ball in the air just because, in general, we're smaller and faster than most of the people that we play against. So running the ball up the middle is going to be a challenge for us. I'm definitely looking at a run formation right now, so let's see what happens. Hand off to the right-hand side of the ball. He's got some good blocking, got some room to run. It's Bryce Molesky on the outside corner, looking for the corner, out to the 45-yard line before forced out of bounds. That's going to be a first down, first play.
Into Capital Prep territory. So it's a 15-yard gain on that run for Molesky.
He
no
had
flags.
some good blocking. I mean, he took off. There's no doubt about it. He's an athlete. But
yeah,
they
sealed the edge nicely coming around on the right side.
They contained it. And nice gain there for the Wolverines. First down and 10. 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be interesting to see if we can horse that defense around like we just did all night long. But we're going to try it again here. Number 40 in the backfield, but it's a handoff to Devon Ludy to the left-hand side of the ball. Boy, he found some blocks, and he's running through the line, going for the end zone, tackled inside the 10-yard line. Wrapped him up around the neck. That was a neck tackle.
Flag on the play. Don't know if it's because of that tackle. Maybe it was a horse collar, is what they're going to call there. Not sure.
Unless there was holding back at the line of scrimmage because there was a lot of blocking going on.
That was pretty far down the field. You're talking about 15 yards from where the line of scrimmage was, where that flag flew.
I tell you what, that was a nice run there by Devon Ludy because he had some good blocks, but I'm telling you right now, he had to pick his way through there, and he really took off with some nice speed at the second half of that play. And Capital Prep had to really hustle to catch him because he was going in the end zone.
And that penalty was a 15-yarder, bringing the ball all the way down to the 3-yard line.
So it was the horse collar. Honestly, I think if they tried a normal tackle, I don't think it would have been enough because he had a lot of speed built up.
Yeah, the tackler definitely had him by the neck.
Yeah.
And just again, folks, for you that are listening, we do not have Prep's roster, so we apologize. We're just calling out numbers. They never supplied us with a roster, so.
I'll tell you what. We've moved the ball impressively. I believe Bryce Molesky was handed the ball on that play. He struggles forward for a yard or two, but it's not going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, not much there at that time over the right side.
Handoff up the middle.
So we're looking at second and third here. Second and 3 to go, rather.
Might be a little bit more difficult to run in this situation because Prep has a lot of big bodies, and now they're in their goal line defense.
That's
so you might want to do a little misdirection here and see what happens.
Yeah. So we have not seen Koziel throw the ball. It's been 3 successive handoffs with big gains. Really moved the ball down the field nicely. Right at the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. It's a pitch to Devon Ludy. Looking to the left. He's looking for the edge to get contained. Takes one hit. Dodges it. Runs into the end zone. 6 points for the Griswold Wolverines.
No flag, so the touchdown will stand.
I tell you what, they got a nice hit on Devon, but he just kept his legs churning.
He shook it off. Number 3 looked like he had him for about a yard gain, and he shook it off.
He hit him with his shoulder pads, but didn't wrap him up with his hands, and Devon broke free and kept moving. A really nice run there on the left-hand side of the pile.
They're going to kick the extra point.
Extra point. Uh-oh. That looked like it was deflected. Number 64 on the kick attempt there for the Wolverines. That was Evan Anderson, but the extra point was no good. So the score, Wolverines 6, Capital Prep 7. It's only been 4 minutes.
This could be a high-scoring game. We'll find out.
So, folks, don't go anywhere. You can find us on YouTube as well. We'll give you some information about that. But you're listening to high school football here on Wolverine Radio.
Thank you.
You got it, man. Live for continuing coverage of Griswold Wolverines here versus Capital Prep. It's the first season of the game, first game of the season rather. Wolverines 6, Capital Prep 7. The Capital Prep is getting ready to receive for their second possession of the night. KT Kevin Thompson, we've had 4 minutes of play with 2 scores, and we're only looking at our third possession of the game, second possession for Capital Prep.
Molesky to kick off here.
Here's the kick from the 40-yard line. It's a nice clean boot, still in the air at the 20-yard line, cleanly received at the 17. Number 7 for the Prep running to the right-hand side. He's got some room to run. Number 7 misses the tackle at the 45-yard line, gets across the 50, still up and running. The Wolverines desperately trying to drag him down, finally get him down at the 30-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
So that was about a 50-yard return there by number 7 from
Now,
Prep.
we've seen a lot from number 7 tonight so far.
He scored the touchdown, kicked the extra point, and just had a nice return there on the
Yeah, he's a very athletic, strapping young man. He's got to be 6'2", 6'3", a real athlete. He can definitely run. He can catch. He's obviously a big part of the offensive weapon for Capital Prep here tonight, which is a great team. They don't lose often. They only lost the only common loss that we had with these guys last year is Killingly, who, of course, is an excellent team as well. And, they're moving it back, Kevin. I missed something.
They had a flag. Looks like it was a hold.
Okay. I was going to say, because that guy was in heavy traffic for about 40 yards, and he kept moving it. So the ball's getting moved back to the 46-yard line on the Capital Prep side of the field. Looks like we're going from the line of scrimmage this time. It's handoff to the right-hand side of the ball, up the middle, number 1 for Capital Prep, number 4 in on the tackle. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards. They cross midfield on the Wolverine 47.
So number 5, Logan Chappelle, and C.J. Matson, number 4, in on that tackle.
So they put a good stop there. Middle linebackers and outside linebackers in on that tackle that time. Our tackles and ends were busy. Here we go, running to the left-hand side of the ball. He's got some room. He's around the edge, having a hard time containing him. Devon Ludy tries to knock him out of bounds and does.
Ludy saved the touchdown there. He had the edge, and if Ludy doesn't get him, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Devon Ludy, that would have been another score. So the offensive line is doing a good job wrapping up our defensive line, leaving a lot of the heavy defensive efforts to our safeties and cornerbacks. And I'm just telling you, they're outsized. These running backs are almost a foot taller than our secondary in the defense.
Yeah, there is a flag. It was a late flag. It came in late. Not sure if it was the stiff arm in the face mask by the running back to Ludy, if that's what they're calling here.
Right now the ball is on the Wolverine 23-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, 6-7.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Prep. That's what he's calling.
Really?
Yep, so that's a 15-yarder. That'll come way back.
Do you think that was for the stiff arm?
Could have been. I'm not sure. Maybe he said something to him as he went out of bounds as well. It's hard to tell when you're not close to the field if somebody said something to somebody.
Going to walk it back 15 yards back to the 37, 38-yard line. 6-7, Wolverines only trail by a point with Capital Prep in possession of the ball. 1st and 10 for Capital Prep from the Wolverine 37, 38-yard line.
Quarterback's in the shot again this time.
Yeah, so that means they usually throw when he's back that far. Couple of high snaps earlier in the game, but the center has gotten it down. Nice snap there. It's a pitch to number 12, right-hand side of the ball. He's got a little daylight. Wow, that was a nice stop there. I believe that was Bryce Molesky.
Yeah, took him down. So that was a little shovel pass. Quarterback with the receiver coming across the line, just shoveled it to him, and he went right off tackle for, he gained about 10 there.
That's a hard play to see if you're on the defensive line because that whole action happened, and all you see is the backs of jerseys, and you don't know who's got the ball. Molesky did a nice job picking up that play.
About 4 yards for a first down here.
It's another run to the left-hand side of the ball. He's wrapped up in the backfield. A couple ankle tackles that he broke free. Number 5 tries to come in. Flag on the play. The play is now down. The runner was tackled at the 32-yard line.
Zach Tatro busted in and had him by the ankle, but he escaped, and then they finally grabbed him.
I did not see the penalty. I mean, I saw the flag, but I did not see the...
It's either holding or blocking in the back would be my guess.
Capital Prep's walking backwards again. Yep. This is their 3rd penalty of the night?
Yes. Yep.
In 7 minutes.
3rd penalty in 7 minutes. Back to 2nd down, but that's a 10-yarder, so...
No, take that back. It's only been 5 minutes. We've got 7 minutes remaining. 5 minutes of play, 3 penalties, all against Capital Prep.
That's about 2nd and 16 they're looking at now.
So we're at the Wolverine 45-yard line, and yes, sir, it's 2nd and 17. So tell you what, Capital Prep has an explosive offense, but right now they're fighting penalties. Looking to throw is the quarterback. He's in trouble.
Screen.
Pressure.
Intercepted.
Intercepted by Devon Ludy. He was going for his favorite number 7, who he had a good target, but I don't think number 7 was ready for it because of the pressure from our tackles got right in on that play. So that would have been Dane, and
it was Sims, Taylor, and Richards.
They put good pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to throw before his receiver was ready. So intercepted by Devon Ludy. We're going to take over on downs on our own 47-yard line. 1st and 10, 6.5 minutes remaining. We're only down by 1 point.
Double wish again. Coziel under center.
Standard formation for the Wolverines.
Timeout, I think.
Timeout called by Prep. I believe they're trying to get number
It's a
80 off
flag.
the field.
It's a flag, so that's going to be an illegal substitution.
Okay, they were trying to get
Legal substitution on Prep, so that'll be 5 yards walked off against them. So it'll be 1st and 5 instead of 1st and 10. Bonus for the Wolverines.
Well, we just crossed midfield. We're on the Capital Prep 48-yard line. Here we go. Let's try this again. Offsides that time by Capital Prep. They definitely jumped the ball.
They did, but they have the right to get back, and if the offensive line jumps as well, then it could be motion on the offense, or they'll call encroachment on the defense.
His helmet almost hit the shoulder pads of the Wolverines.
Encroachment on the defense. That's what they're calling.
Did they really?
That'll be a 1st down.
Yeah,
first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, because he poked his head through the offensive line. I didn't see any motion on
as
the
a
Wolverines.
defender, you can do that.
Sure.
If you don't touch anybody and you get back before the ball snapped, you're good.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like he hit somebody.
Yeah.
On the offensive line for the Wolverines.
From the Capital Prep 43-yard line, 3rd time to try and get this play off. We've made 8 yards. Just some penalties. Run up the middle, some good blocking. Gain of about 5 yards or so. Bryce Molesky on that play.
Yeah, that was right up the gut. They had good blocking there. The big guys up front. Taylor and Johnny Falco on that side.
We're on the Capital Prep 38-yard line, 2nd and 5, so that was a gain of 5 for Bryce Molesky. Tell you what, he's doing a great job as running back tonight.
Still in the double wish here.
Steven Sims lining up as center tonight. He's got his work cut out for him. It's a run to the right-hand side of the ball. Bryce Molesky looking for some daylight. Maybe, what do you think, a yard maybe?
Yeah, about that. Oh, they're marking off 2. Yeah, you got a couple yards there. So it'll be 3rd and 3 on this one.
Dane Taylor, lead blocker on that play.
So to give you an idea of what the double wish is, for those of you that may not be familiar with formations, is what they do is they have the quarterback under center. They have a fullback right behind him, and that's being played by Cameron Prosser tonight, number 40. He's a freshman. And then they have Molesky to the left and Ludy to the right at an angle.
Here's the snap. It's a fake handoff to number 40. He's going to hang on to the ball. First throw of the night. Off the hands of his intended receiver. Intercepted by Capital Prep. Coming back across the midfield. Forced out of bounds.
Coziel knocked him out of bounds. That was right off the hands of Michael Sims. That should have been a 1st down and went right through his hands, right to the defender.
I think that's just first game nerves right there because the ball was well thrown.
Coziel was running to his left, too, which is the opposite side, and had to throw it back against his body. It was a nice pass.
It was.
It was right there, and it just went right through his hands. Those are the ones I've always said there should be a different stat for the quarterback. With the wide receiver should have caught it.
Yeah.
But then it gets tipped to the defender.
Yep.
Shouldn't be an interception for the quarterback.
It looked like a tip drill. From the shotgun. It's tipped, and we almost pick it off. Same exact thing, just on the other side of the ball. We did not pick it off. It was Devon Ludy looking for his 2nd interception of the night.
That was Patrick Strain, number 18.
Okay, number 18.
Yep.
Sorry, yep.
Patrick is a, let's see here. He's a junior, 6 feet, 175.
I think we're just seeing jitters on both sides of the ball tonight. Because both
no matter how much you practice, and they did have 2 scrimmages. Griswold did have 2 scrimmages.
2 subsequent plays, 2 subsequent tip drills, one resulting in an interception. Gave the ball to Capital Prep. We almost picked it off on the last play. 2nd down here and 10. Looking to throw again down the right-hand side. He's got his man wide open, running down the field. He's being chased, but that's going to be a touchdown for Capital Prep. Number 23, Andrew Clements there on defense, but he was just outrun.
There's a flag on the play.
We do have
That
a
may be
flag
coming
on the
back.
47-yard line.
That might be coming back.
Boy, if ever we needed a penalty, it's right now.
Clemens is biting on that stop and go
Yeah.
with the wide receiver.
Yep.
He sits down on the route thinking the guy's going to turn in, and then the guy just blows right by him. That's
Yep.
the third time that's happened tonight.
Yep. He had him by 2 paces, and it was a very well thrown ball.
I still haven't seen the signal on the penalty exactly what it was, but legal man downfield. Thank you, Mike.
Taking the ball back into Capital Prep territory. So that touchdown is not going to stand. The score remains Griswold 6, Capital Prep 7. That's a big penalty right there, KT.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they go back to that again. They had 4 wide receivers to the near side of the field that last time. They have 5 receivers on the field, empty backfield besides the quarterback.
That's correct. From the shotgun, low snap, looking over the middle. Oh, that ball was intercepted. It was tipped by Devon Ludy and then picked
Logan
up
Chappelle.
by Logan Chappelle. Tip drill. Man, what a great play. I tell you what, it was a dangerous throw across the middle of the field, and we read it.
Chappelle is a sophomore, 6 feet, 160 out there for the Wolverines. So they get the ball back in good position on their own 45.
That was some great defense right there, because we had Devon Ludy with his head up, seeing the play develop, got himself in position, was able to get his hands on it, and then for Chappelle to also be watching the ball at the same time. Just a great play by Wolverines secondary defense here.
Still a double wish here for the Wolverines.
From our own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Only down by 1 point. It's Devon Ludy looking for some room on the left-hand side, looking for some blocking. Gets one block by Bryce Molesky, but stopped at the 48-yard line.
Got about 4 yards on that, though, still, so that's progress. That's what you're looking for. Prosser had a good block way out in front of Ludy, but Ludy followed Molesky instead.
That's correct.
If he had followed Prosser, he would have had a first down.
Yep. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter here. Griswold 6, Capital Prep 7. It's been a tip drill. You know, honestly, Kevin, it being the first quarter, being the first game of the season, even though we are outsized a little bit, I have to say, I don't really see that as being a big factor in this first quarter, which...
Not yet. We'll see as the game goes on if the heftiness weighs on the Wolverines.
High energy game. It's Bryce Molesky. Got some room on the right-hand side. He's got a lot of field to cover. They're chasing him down. Looks like he's going to get knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. What a great run by Bryce Molesky.
That was just awesome blocking up front. That did not bounce to the outside. He went right off tackle. The blocking was there, and he was in the secondary within 3-4 yards, and he had a lane right down the right-hand side. Just the speed of Prep just ran him down.
45-yard run for Bryce Molesky there. The defense was able to catch up to him, but just off like a shot across the center of the field to the right-hand side of the field, being knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. 1 first down, 5 yards to go, 3 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wolverines only down by 1 point, 6-7. Capital Prep got an extra point. We did not. They tipped our field goal attempt.
See if they give it to Prosser up the middle on this one.
Sure did. Number 40 following the pack, plowing it in right to the line of scrimmage.
Down to the 1.
Boy, that was a good call on that play, Kevin. That was Cameron Prosser, running back, freshman. 6 foot, 185 pounds. Boy, he just followed.
Good-sized freshman.
Yeah. He just followed the pack right in. That was a nice push.
Put about 20 pounds and a couple inches on him in a couple years. He'll be a dominant fullback.
That's it. Do your homework, buddy. Don't let anything get in the way. Yeah, he did a nice job there following his block, patiently running. He didn't overrun the offensive line as they made a way against a bigger defense.
Molesky.
It's Bryce Molesky looking to run on the right-hand side, gets stopped at the goal line.
Yeah, he's about a foot shy, so it'll be 3rd and a foot.
Under 3 minutes remaining, 2 minutes 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter, 6-7. Wolverines trailing by 1 point. I have to say, Kevin, this run offense against a larger team is working. Understand it's the first game of the season, first quarter, high energy. We've seen a number of tip drills, so we know both teams are settling in. So what we're seeing now is probably not what we're going to be seeing in another game
See if
or
they
two.
do some misdirection here again with either the running backs going a different direction or maybe even throwing the ball.
I believe that's on us. There's flag on the play. I think we jumped.
We'll see. Ludi started, then stopped, and started again, so I'm not really sure what he was doing there.
Cameron Prosser was lined up in the backfield
Offside.
again on that play.
Offside on prep.
All right.
Half a distance to the goal. Looks like the nose of the ball is.
So it'll be 6 inches instead of a foot now.
So the ball is walking itself into the end zone. I tell you what, penalties has been a problem for Capital Prep
That's
tonight.
their 7th penalty already.
Yeah. So they're averaging a penalty about every 90 seconds of play time. Cameron Prosser lined up in the backfield. Devon Ludi to the right. Bryce Molesky. And it looks like a keeper. Quarterback keeper in the end zone for the Wolverines. Hey, folks, we're going to take the lead right now with 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Now the question is, will they go for 1 or 2?
12-7. The Wolverines in the lead. That was a quarterback keeper right there. We're going for 2, folks. Right now the score is 12-7. That means the ball right now is placed on the 3-yard line.
It's like the 2.5 where that hash is.
The 2-ish. Kevin, our offensive line is shoving the defense back.
Absolutely. Sims and Falco and Dane Taylor on that right side.
For 2 points, it's Bryce Molesky looking to get up the middle. Capital Prep is saying no, sir. Stops him at the 1-yard line. So we're going to hang on to our 12. But that's 5 more than Capital Prep. 12-7, Griswold ahead. We're going to take a short break here, folks. Don't go anywhere. Join us on YouTube. You can watch the game with live coverage while you're Netflixing, folks. I tell you what, it doesn't get much better than that. We're here to serve. You're listening to High School Football on Wolverine Radio. Live Griswold High School Wolverine football coverage here on Wolverine Radio. The score is 12 for our Wolverines to 7 for Capital Prep. KT, Capital Prep is huge. They're ginormous. They look like they could be all in college. But so far, the Wolverines have shown that when it gets going, they are able, the offensive line, our offensive line, is
Steven
able
Sims,
to... Yeah.
Jaden Ellis, Johnny Falco, Shamari Richards, and Dane Taylor are doing a phenomenal job up front.
Hey, but folks, don't take our word for it. If you're listening to the broadcast, which we hope you are, we love it, go to the Wolverine Facebook page and click on the YouTube link. And I'm telling you, folks, it's really fun. We're live streaming this game, and you can see our play-by-play coverage as our Wolverines march down the field. Here we go. It's an offside kick received by Capital Prep and sat on at their own 47-yard line. We've got less than 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Why on earth? Oh, they didn't want a big play at the last 2 minutes of the game, of the quarter.
Maybe, but I don't quite understand that because you give them a great field position. They've already shown that they can throw the ball long downfield. I don't know why they did that. I knew Molesky was going to do it because they had the ball sideways on the tee.
Yeah. We've seen, there have been a couple plays tonight where our tackles and ends have put some good pressure on the quarterback, forcing some hurry-up passes. But we've also seen the secondary have to do work tonight. Another throw to the right-hand side, cleanly caught by Capital Prep. Dodges 2 tackles. Number 5 heading for the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown, folks, for Capital Prep. We did not have a play on that ball.
Nope, and that was exactly why you don't want to give them that kind of field position. Want to make them work for it a little more than that.
They took advantage of it. Yeah, there have been a couple of times tonight. The bottom line is if our secondary is not getting in front of the ball and tipping it, we cannot catch these guys once they make a clean reception.
So we have a listener, Paul Lash, on a boat listening to us on the listening
Hope
to
he's
the
not
game.
in Miami.
On a boat cruise out of East Haddam.
Really?
East Haddam.
And
What?
they're playing Wolverine Radio.
What are we doing here?
We need to see the game. I think that's the.
Oh, right.
Although if we're live streaming on Facebook, we
Well,
just call it up
listener
the
off
stream.
the Cape, turnabout is fair play. You're welcome. Let us borrow the boat. Here we go. The extra point attempt with a flag on the play.
flag
So
on the
the
play.
extra point was good, but let's
Roughing
see
the
what
kicker, I
happens
think.
here.
I think it's roughing the kicker or running into the kicker, one of the
Okay.
two.
Now, do we know if he's able to watch the YouTube video as well, or is he just listening to the AM radio or through his app?
Listening to the stream.
Listening to the stream?
It says on a boat cruise out of East Haddam, and the football game is playing through the ship's speakers.
That's awesome.
Wow, what a surprise. That's what he said.
That is fantastic. Hey, this is the game worth listening to while you're fishing. Or
So
cruising.
that was a personal foul, roughing the kicker. So the kickoff will now come 15 yards up the field. So the kickoff will be from the 45 of the Wolverines.
So my son that's in the marching band at Killingly, in the percussion pit, says that Killingly just scored. It is 7-0. I can't remember who Killingly is playing tonight, but Killingly is in the lead in the first quarter up there at Killingly High School. 12-14 is the score here. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 14.
So a bit of a surprise here because when we're doing the research for this game, it looked like a bit of a mismatch with the Wolverines being 3-7 and Capital Prep going to the quarterfinals last year.
That's
the States.
correct.
But this has been a very competitive game.
It certainly has, and like you said, KT, because of that personal foul on the extra point attempt, the ball is spotted in Wolverine territory on our own 45-yard line for this kickoff. So we're going to be receiving in our own end zone for sure here. Unless he does a squib, which he does not. It's a nice kick, cleanly caught at our 5-yard line. It looks like Devon Luty running up the middle, has a couple of nice blocks. 3 Crack come in and put the hit on him at our own 40-yard line. So a 35-yard return by Devon Luty. So our field position wasn't really that impacted by the preceding penalty, which was the first penalty of the night for the Wolverines. Crack has had 7 penalties, averaging about 1 every 90 seconds. Wolverines have only had 1. Minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. 12-14, Wolverines trail by 2 as we take over on downs here.
Second penalty on Griswold that was holding on the return.
Boy, they're walking it back.
Now, that happened deep in their territory. At the 20-yard line is where the hold was, so they're going to get the ball
now
at about the 10.
Good night. Well, okay, we had a 35-yard run back, which is going to result in about a 5-yard gain. Yeah, saw that for nothing. We got a 5-yard return off of a 40-yard kick. Well, let's see what happens here. Now, this is where, let's see.
They've only thrown 1 pass tonight.
They've only had 1 pass, which was
try to get it matriculated downfield a little quicker.
Which was a
as
tip
Hank Strand
play and picked off, and we're set up in the double wishbone again. It's a handoff to Bryce Molesky, who's brought down maybe a yard on that play. He was looking to get around the end, but the end was not contained like we saw earlier in the quarter.
He lost 4 on that one.
Wow. Oh, you're right. I was looking through my binoculars, and I did not see the field mark. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14 with a minute remaining in the first quarter. Griswold trailing Capital Prep 12-14. It's been a great first quarter for the Wolverines. Everyone's working out their jitters. I have a feeling that by the time the second quarter begins and ends, we're going to be in our groove here. Up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards. Brings us back out to the 10-yard line, just short of it.
That was number 3.
Number 3.
Nathan Yetton.
Oh, okay.
Senior, 6 foot, 175 pounds.
I believe that's his first carry of the night.
It is indeed.
He's been a consistent, dependable performer. We started watching him during his sophomore year. Tell you what, he's been a heavy part of the offensive effort here and defense. I believe he had a little injury last year that kept him out of some games, if I remember right.
Toward the end of the season, yes.
Yeah, but he's fine as frogs here tonight. 4-yard run up the middle. 3rd and 10, 16 seconds remaining. Looking to throw is Koziel. Oh!
Again.
Bryce Molesky could not hang on to it. It was a little overthrown.
It was a little high, but the old saying goes, if it hits your hands, you should come down with it. And he was open. He had no one around him.
So the 2 times that we have seen Koziel throw the ball, he's accurate.
He was on target there. Molesky just
Yeah.
when he reached up for it, just
Yeah.
went right through his hands.
Yep, it did. So we've got a good young quarterback this year. This is his first time playing for the Wolverines. Koziel is a sophomore, 6 foot, 175 pounds, 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we are kicking the ball. High kick, and it's going to go out of bounds on the Wolverines sideline, rolls underneath the Gatorade bench. As time runs out, that is the end of the first quarter, folks. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 14. We've seen a lot of penalties tonight on the correct side of things. On the Capital Prep side of things, we've seen 2 touchdowns for Capital Prep, 1 touchdown for the Wolverines. A couple of extra points that were good for Capital Prep. We have not been able to score any extra points or...
So that punt traveled a total of 19 yards.
Yeah.
So Prep's going to have the ball at the 29-yard line of the Wolverines.
So we are going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. If you're on your boat, enjoy the view. Join us back here live, and you can find live stream coverage of this game. It's a new feature for Wolverine Radio. Just go to the Wolverine Radio Facebook page, click on the live stream link. It'll bring you to YouTube, and you can see our play-by-play coverage and watch the game at the same time. Our boys are off to a good start but against a much bigger team. You're listening to high school football on Wolverine Radio. Extra point was no good.
Boy, that looked good from our
Boy, it
vantage
sure
point.
looked good. I can tell you how hard it is sometimes to call the game from the sidelines where we're at. It looked like it went through the uprights, but it did not, folks. I believe it missed right if I play it back in my brain.
So I said he was 2 for 2, and then he missed, so I'll have to keep doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Score remains Griswold Wolverines 12, Capital Prep from Hartford 20. We're going to get the ball back here.
The concession stand is run by
So this game is brought to you by the law offices of Stu Norman. Legal issues can be very difficult. Law offices of Stu Norman has helped countless people in our area when it comes to probate, real estate closings, living wills, and much, much more. The law offices of Stu Norman, Slater Ave, Jewett City. Stu is a GHS alumnus and a former member of the Wolverine football team.
Well, there you have it. Attorney Norman. Boy, we had a big night last night with the bike night in honor of T.J. Sumner. We shut down Main Street from the town hall all the way up to the Jewett City Savings Bank. I believe the final count on the motorcycles in attendance was right around 400. We had about 30 or 40 parked in the Rite Aid parking lot, and then the rest were on Soul Street and all up and down Main Street. Vendors all up and down the street. We had a stage set up in front of town hall. And it was a great band playing last night. They played everything from Bruno Mars to Ozzy Osbourne.
That's impressive.
So it was not boring.
It's quite the range.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bad kickoff. Goes out of bounds.
I'm not sure if that was done on purpose or not. And there's a flag on the play.
Yeah,
What?
when you kick it the ball and it goes out of bounds, that's a penalty on the
Do you think he did that on
team.
purpose or just messed
No,
up?
he booted it. He hooked it.
Because that was weird. It went about 20 or 30 feet up in the air and about 20 or 30 feet forward, but it was spinning wildly the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want to kick it out of bounds because that's a penalty.
Yeah.
So he definitely didn't do that
It's
intentionally.
going to work out for the Wolverines. Ball spotted on our own 40-yard line. We've taken over possession 3 times tonight. Every time we've had the ball, it's been on either our own 35 or 40. And so good field position here for the Wolverines. 10.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 20.
Prep late getting some defenders on the field. Oh, one
they're
guy's
get
running
another
back
penalty
off.
here. Number 84 is trying to get off the
Yep.
field, and they can't.
Did they call a timeout? They did indeed. So that's a first timeout for Prep.
Timeout for Capital Prep. They had a couple signal mix-ups. That's the second time tonight. They saved themselves a penalty by calling a timeout. Well, folks, let's take a couple time here. Kevin, what do you got for us?
All right, this game brought to you by RV from Highway Campers in Plainfield. Camping can be a great family activity, and it's even better in our newer used RV. Pull trailers, mobile homes, park models, they have it all. Highway Campers, Route 12 Plainfield. Proud supporter of Wolverine football on Wolverine Radio. Also brought to you by Uncle D's Blazing Barbecue in
Love
Norwich.
those guys.
They have said it for a few years now. It's the wood that makes it good.
So they were at bike night last night. I'm sorry, I'm messing you up in your.
No, that's fine.
I get
Keep
so
going.
excited about barbecue. So they were there last night. They smell so good. But you know who loved on me and gave me? I got a free piece of pizza, and it was maple bacon pizza.
Oh, nice.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I was working. I
Dunkin'
was there
Donuts
late.
is
I
doing
must have
that
looked pathetic
maple
enough.
bacon sandwich right now.
I must have looked pathetic enough that they decided I needed a free piece. Changed my life. I've never had maple bacon pizza before. I can't remember the name of the vendor, but they make it in a beehive-looking oven, and they're right next to Blazing Barbecue.
Oh, so it's a wood oven that they use?
Yeah, it looked like a
Wood fire oven?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was really
Like
happy.
one of those, what do they call them?
Thin crust, crispy.
The yuts, what do they call those things? That
A
they,
yurt.
Yurt,
It looked like a yurt. Yeah. Right next to Blazing Barbecue. Tell you what, they had some good smells going on too. Wow, look at that razzle-dazzle play. It was a fake handoff with an actual handoff for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Ludi on that handoff. Yeah, they faked it to Molesky.
Yep.
Going behind Cozio, and then Ludi came in front, and Cozio handed it off to him with his left hand.
That's the misdirection you've been calling for tonight, because honestly, when you're playing against guys that are 6 inches taller than you are, you got to have a little zip in your zing, because as we've been saying for a couple of years now, 2 yards in a cloud of dust is not going to cut it against a team like Capital Prep. It's another run play up the right-hand side. Standard handoff for a loss of yards.
Good penetration there by the Prep. That was number 62 for them.
That was our
one
man
of their
Nathan
defensive
Yett in there.
tackles. Yeah, Yetton brought down for about a 2-yard loss.
And see, unfortunately, yeah, not only did they see that coming from a mile away, we did too. And there was no razzle-dazzle on that play for sure. Loss of a few yards. Bringing up 3rd and 7 according to the scoreboard. Griswold 12, Capital Prep 20. We've been able to move the ball 2 yards.
This is one thing I still don't understand about Griswold football.
We have an accurate quarterback.
No. The quarterback comes to the sideline almost every time after every play to get the next play. I don't see any other team that they play doing that.
Yeah.
Send a player in with the play.
Yeah.
It takes so much time. Now they have to call a timeout because the clock was running down. It makes no sense to me.
So we induced a timeout that time from a little extra play calling action going back and forth across the line. So who else is making this broadcast possible? And by broadcast, I also mean live stream on the Wolverine Radio Facebook page.
Absolutely. I'm going to do Uncle D's again because we didn't finish.
I know.
Blazing Barbecue in Norwich. It's the wood that makes it good. You've seen them at Griswold Town events. Why not experience them in their restaurant? Just off Old Exit 82, behind True Value, which I believe is Exit 14 now.
Yeah, it's Exit 14, right behind True Value there. And you know what? They're nice people, too.
And we also have Griswold Pride, who sponsors the booth. So
Yay,
the Griswold
Miranda.
Pride booth. They've been educating Griswold residents for almost 3 years now on the dangers of drugs and alcohol.
Miranda,
Through the help of community leaders and residents, we are all more knowledgeable about these dangers that affect so many people.
I get all excited about our
PRIDE
sponsors.
is the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. That's Griswold Pride.
I share an office with Miranda at the youth center. She's upstairs. We're downstairs. She does a lot of great work for this town, helping bring resources in to combat the drug issue that's here. In fact, I go to a conference with her on Tuesday. We're going to try and get better at what we do. Back to throw with nothing to look at down the field. Finds a receiver, diving for it. No good. It's incomplete. Koziel was on the run.
He tried to find Tatro, but he was running for his life and didn't really get good zip on that ball.
He was looking for senior Zach Tatro.
Tatro's a tight end, one of the tight ends for the Wolverines, him and Michael Sims.
I like it when they throw the ball. I'll tell you what, as a sophomore, Koziel's doing a good job tonight. When he throws the ball, it goes where he wants it to go, which is good to see. Here we go. We're kicking the ball away, folks. We didn't have any other option. Bouncing kick picked up at the 20-yard line in Capital Prep territory. Zigging and zagging. There's a flag on the play, holding on somebody. The ball is down just inside the 40-yard line in Prep territory. The flag is on the 33-yard line. My guess is it's going to be holding against Capital Prep, but let's see how the call goes. Because he was going back and forth across the field begging for a block and had a hard time finding one.
It is holding indeed.
Yeah, and then he found a block, and that was probably where the hold was. So
the light pole was in my way, so I had to move to see the ref.
Yep. So we've got 8.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 20. The Capital Prep team was able to hold the Wolverines. We were not able to cross midfield on that drive. We tried to throw the ball a couple times, which was good to see. We had one great razzle-dazzle play for a gain of about 5 or 6, and then got hit in the backfield on a attempted handoff to Nathan Yetton, and our drive didn't go anywhere. Now we're on defense. Capital Prep from their own 20-yard line, looking back to throw, going for their big man. Number 5 hauls it down. Our own number 5 is giving chase, but folks, that's going to be a touchdown for Capital Prep.
No chance for Logan Chappelle to catch him there. That's the third time they've done that. One time the guy stumbled and fell, so he didn't score. 2 other times they've scored a long touchdown.
Absolutely. We've been seeing it tonight that if our secondary can get their heads in front of the ball, they've been doing a great job with tip drills and even interceptions, but if the ball goes over their heads, we cannot catch Capital Prep. These guys, they've got speed, and our secondary has not been able to make a tackle once there's been a clean catch in an open field.
That was a 71-yard play there.
Big play.
Now that you're down by at least 2 touchdowns, maybe a little more than that.
12 to 26.
We'll see if they are able to mix it up on offense and throw the ball.
Oh, the extra point attempt is blocked. I believe that was number 34 on the block
Sims.
there. Nice block by Michael Sims. We don't see that very often, boy. We could hear it. I'll tell you what. Yeah,
he's looking at his arm.
His forearm is stinging because he got it up there and he blocked it. But I'll tell you what, he did a nice job there. Score is 12 for the Wolverines, 26 for Capital Prep. We're going to take the ball over on downs here in just another minute or two.
Griswold 12, 8 minutes.
Hoping to see some spark to our offense here.
Yeah, we'll see on this kickoff what happens, because the last time the kicker for Prep shanked it to his left and it went out of bounds. It would give Griswold a good field position at the 40.
Do I have a minute to talk about Tough Buddy? I do.
Absolutely.
I got a minute, quick minute. So River Church is hosting our second Tough Buddy at the Sheldon Park. It's the soccer field out past Buttonwoods on the left-hand side on Sheldon Road, 211 Sheldon Road. September 24th from 2 to 5, the Tough Buddy. It's the largest kid-friendly obstacle course with a muddy theme in eastern Connecticut. We only set it up for one day. Lots of new features this year. We're killing it. The town's coming together to help us. I just found out today that Todd was able to, Todd, who's the head of Public Works here in town, was able to find us some mulch because we make a lot of mud and we need to clean it up when we're done. And so we're going to have some fresh mulch from the town when we're done. We got some food vendors coming out this year, which is a new feature. It's for elementary students, but their big brothers and big sisters can register and run along with them, as can mom and dad. It's unlike anything else that's available in eastern Connecticut. Tough Buddy, September 24th. Capital Prep back to kick the ball from their own 40-yard line. Wolverines ready to receive. Devon Ludy is lining up for the ball and takes it on a bounce. Looking for a block, runs forward a few yards, brought down on our 33-yard line.
About a 10-yard return there by Ludy.
Yep.
The kick was a little short. He had to take it on the bounce, but he made a decent effort on that and got 10 yards out of it.
Yeah, he fielded it cleanly because there could have been some drama there with that bounce, but he had no problem getting his hands on it. He, too, was looking for a block or two, but got a little bit of help there from his teammates. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from our own 32. 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 26. Let's see if Koziel has permission to fly. New quarterback hands it off to Devon Ludy. He's got a blocker out in front of him. Gets a little bit of headway before getting brought down at the 34-yard line. Big sweep to the left, but only about a yard or so in actual forward progress. He had Nathan Yetton there, lead blocker, but Capital Prep came in underneath Yetton and was able to put the hit on Devon Ludy.
Picked up a couple yards. At least, you got a little something out of that.
We're at the 34. 2nd and 8. 7.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Hamburger delivery service.
Goes up, drop back to pass. He gets
I don't even
sacked.
know that guy. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Number 52 from Prep brought Koziel down for a loss of about 4.
Wolverines behind. What's that math, Kevin? 14 points?
Yes, 14 points.
This penalty is going to be holding against, personal foul rather, against Capital Prep.
Grab the face mask on the tackle.
That's going to move us up to midfield. So it was a sack of Koziel, but they got a little too personal on that sack. That's going to move the ball up.
That'll be to the 45,
45-yard line.
46.
So it's going to move the chains, move the ball. Here comes the squad.
Griswold ball spotted on the 46-yard line.
From the line of scrimmage, Bryce Molesky in motion, but it's a handoff up the middle. They were able to move the pile about 3 or 4 yards. Good effort by the Wolverines.
That was
but
Yetton on the
short
carry.
of the midfield.
Yeah, so it's funny because you'll see sometimes when they're running the plays up the middle, Molesky or Ludy will run by Koziel, smack him on the side, let him know that he's run by, and that's when the ball gets snapped, and then they run the play. Yeah, I'm sure if somebody on the sidelines from Prep is paying attention to that, they'll tell the guys at halftime.
Steven Sims lining up as a center tonight, leading that offensive effort there. It's a pitch play Number 3 looking to the outside here. Grabbed by the jersey, dragged out of bounds.
No flags. That'll be a first down for the Wolverines.
First down for Nathan Yetton on that carry.
That's about 10 yards on that carry.
He had some good blocking. He had his head down, his hands up, kept rumbling forward, and they tried to put a tackle on him, but really it was his shirt that got him. They were able to get the tail of his shirt and then force him out of bounds.
So you've seen a little bit of difference here in the backfield. Prosser started the game as the fullback, but now Yetton's in that position.
Yeah.
Yetton does have a little bit more speed. It looks like Prosser's got a little more size.
Yep. That's funny. The center, Steven Sims, is only $180 in his third year of high school here. Bryce Molesky up the right-hand side, breaking tackles, finally being forced down. It's going to be another first down for the Wolverines.
No flag, so that'll be a first
Wait,
down.
late flag, late flag.
Oh, did Molesky say something?
Somebody said something in a green jersey.
Yep. Molesky said something. You can see it. It's by his body language. He got nails. Unsportsmanlike coming up here.
That was a 13 or so yard run that's going to come back to nothing.
Yeah, be totally wiped out. And
Bryce Molesky's still running his mouth.
And Jaden Ellis had to go grab him and bring him back, and Molesky even shrugged him off. Ellis is just trying to make sure he doesn't get another penalty.
Because he was chatting up the refs, which never is a good idea.
And if he gets a second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty in a row, that they could eject him at that point. Oh, they're calling a hold. That's interesting. That flag came in way late, so I thought it was after the play.
Penalty was against Griswold.
But
Personal
it's
foul.
Okay.
no. He said holding.
He signaled the hold.
He signaled the hold, but and it only went back 10 yards, not 15. So
the ball is now currently spotted on the
42-yard line. Scrimmage.
Still on the 38 line.
We are in Capital Prep territory. I'm sorry, 38-yard line. We're in Capital Prep territory on Capital Prep 38-yard line. 1st and 10, 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Down by 14 points. Molesky, same play up the middle, same yardage. So a nice play there.
About 9 yards, just a yard short.
Just a yard or two less than the last play, but man, we ran that play well 2 times in a row.
So we got a score update from Plainfield. 8-6, Plainfield ahead of Creek.
I've got a score update from Killingly. Killingly 14, East Lyme 6. Oh, now it's 21-6.
Killingly killing it.
Killingly 21-6 over East Lyme. I've got my eye in the marching band with watching that game. Capital Prep is playing Plainfield tonight.
Creek is playing.
Creek is playing Plainfield tonight.
Yeah.
Penalty flag on the play.
These guys are Capital Prep from Hartford.
Against the Wolverines. Back them up 5 yards.
We've got a couple of Hartford teams playing tonight. We've got a Hartford team here in Griswold and a Hartford team in Plainfield as well. Both
technically in Enfield, but they're all part of that Capital Region Education Coalition. Yeah, or co-op, something like that. That's what CREC stands for. So another flag on the Wolverines here.
And 6.
So that was a 5-yarder. So it's 2nd and 6 now instead of 2nd and 1.
Wolverines 12, Capital Prep from Enfield, Hartford area, 26. These guys are good. Penalties are what's kicking us right now, though. It's not so much the Capital Prep, it's our own penalties.
Yeah, Capital Prep had 7 penalties in the first quarter, and this is Griswold's 3rd in the second.
Yeah, 5 total penalties for the Wolverines on the game. 3 coming real quick here midway through the second quarter. I believe it's Bryce Molesky on a run to the left-hand side of the ball.
First down if there's no flags. No flags, so that'll be a first down for the Wolverines.
All right, we'll pick up a first down. We'll move the chains. Looks like Molesky's got his tongue back in his helmet where it belongs.
Got to get the Griswold PA announcer to do something a little more snazzier with the first downs. And that's a Wolverine. First down.
27-yard line.
Well, we're taking some time off the clock, that's for sure. 4.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We need some points here. We are in Capital Prep territory on their 27-yard line. From the line of scrimmage is Koziel here. With the snap, hands off to his right, run to the left. It's Devon Luty looking for a block, leaps over number 5, who's a big performer for Capital Prep.
Inside the 20, so that'll be about a 2nd and 2.
Good effort there by Devon Ludy.
Yeah, that was a nice run to the near side, to the left side of the line.
Yeah.
He got to the outside and was able to run by a couple guys, but the second level finally brought him down.
They tried to tackle him low around the knees, and he just went high.
This has been probably the longest drive of the night for either team,
Absolutely. Josh. Yeah, good effort here by the Wolverines. Where do we start on this drive? Was it our 40 or 35?
It was at our 40.
So Wolverines are slowly but surely marching the ball down the field. The penalties have abated, which is awesome. Bryce Molesky on a run to the right-hand side of the ball.
At about the 15-yard line. Actually, we started on our 33. It was the 40 the last time. The 33 because Ludy fielded it at the 23 and had 10 yards.
That's what it was.
So they've driven all the way down to the 15.
My son, who's at the Killingly game, says it is now 28-6 Killingly over East Lyme.
Killingly has 2 running backs that one had more than 2,000 yards last year, one had more than 1,000. So they have more than 3,000 yards of running back coming back this year.
Killingly is our 3rd game of the season. It's away, I believe, right?
Yes.
Devon Ludy looking to run to the left-hand side of the ball, brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A gain of maybe a yard or so.
About a yard, yep. About a yard. But this drive actually, with that yard, puts it at 53 yards, all on the ground here.
Yeah. The defensive tackle on that play stepped aside of our center and got behind the line of scrimmage and hit Devon Ludy from behind. It was a good defensive effort there because Devon had good blocks. There was some daylight there, and he was going for it.
About 5 minutes total possession time already on this drive.
That's amazing because in the first 4 minutes of the game, we had 3 different possessions. It's another run up the middle. I don't think there was much yardage on that play at all.
No, it stopped them at the line of scrimmage. That was a good play by the defensive line there, by Prep, because there was some misdirection there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Spun one way and then the other and handed off inside to Molesky.
But
they sniffed that out and brought him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Our own marching band is taking the field, taking the causeway, rather, in preparation for the halftime performance. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 26 as our Wolverines go back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8. We're inside the 15. Looking to score here. Nathan Yetton looking for some room on the end. Wrapped up by number 1. Brought down just inside the 10-yard line.
So that'll be 4th down. My assumption is that they'll go for it here. He had daylight to the outside and cut it back. I don't know why he did that because he had blocking on the outside by the receivers there. He would have scored if he had kept going to the outside.
Local football action tonight. We have Killingly leading East Lyme 28-6. We had a report tonight that Plainfield was leading
8-6.
Creek.
Yep.
Which is also from Enfield, 8-6. Of course, the score here is Wolverines trailing 12-26 with Capital Prep. Capital Prep and Creek, who is playing Plainfield tonight, are part of a school system located in Enfield, Connecticut. I believe Creek is the school for law enforcement.
Public safety is what they call it. Yeah.
And
EMTs, firemen.
The gentlemen that are playing here tonight are pursuing coursework centered on social justice. Looks like we called a little timeout here.
Social work, legal. That's the focus, the area of focus for this school, and they are actually in Hartford. They're in downtown Hartford.
Okay. Last year we played Creek in Enfield, right out by the airport there, and we won. Tonight,
beautiful campus, nice new school.
Yeah.
But the field was a little bit of a challenge because it was the that field turf where they used ground up old tires underneath to cushion things, but kids were getting their hands burned on it because it was hot.
And the little black rubber powder basically ends up everywhere. Natural turf here in Griswold as Wolverines are back at the line of scrimmage, going for it on 4th down here, folks, with timer ticking. The play is called down by a whistle.
Flag on the play. Not exactly sure. I didn't see movement on the line.
No time off of the clock. 1:31 remaining in the
false
second
start
quarter.
On the Wolverines.
We're going to move it back.
5 yards.
We were just inside the 10. This is going to put us just inside the 15.
So it'll be 4th down and about 10. They can get a 1st down just inside the 5. So they don't have to score here. They can actually get a first down.
Let's see if they change up the play call now.
Only a minute 31 to go.
Not a whole lot of time. Good-sized crowd here tonight in Griswold. Absolutely beautiful evening. The sun has set. I believe we have the twilight happening right now. So we still have the lights on with some natural lighting. The field looks in good shape.
And the Bugs will make an appearance very soon.
Yeah, the Bugs will be here shortly. Koziel from the shotgun.
2 wide receivers to the near side. He
Looking
rolls.
to throw, rolling to his left. He finds Molesky, catches the ball, forces him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. That might be a first down, Kevin. What do you think?
They're going to have to measure, would be
That's
my
going
guess.
to be really close.
It is going to be super close.
So the play got broken up a little bit by the defense, but I'll tell you what, they made it happen.
Little 50-50 ticket sales going on in the crowd here. Oh, we got a player down here back at the 28.
We have a Capital Prep player. White jerseys with a burnt orange bottoms. He's down at the inside the 30. He's up on his feet.
That was number 1.
Number 1. We do not have a roster for Capital Prep, folks, so we apologize that we're not able to call out these young men.
All right, they're bringing out the sticks for the measurement.
For Capital Prep. But he's motoring off the field. He's going to be fine. I'm sure he's going to be back in the game. He's been playing hard all night.
Nope, first down for Prep. They came up short.
So the Wolverines not able to convert on downs within 4 yards of our own end zone. So Capital Prep is going to take the ball here with 1 minute and 18 seconds deep in their own territory, rather.
And don't think that they can't score because they scored on a 71-yard pass play already. So
let's see. We've thrown the ball 5 times tonight.
I remember 3, but you might be right.
There were 2 or 3 incomplete, 1 interception, and I believe 2 completed passes. That was the second completed pass, I believe, to Bryce Molesky there. Koziel's doing a good job tonight. Again, when he throws the ball is going where he wants it to go. Sophomore. Capital Prep back to throw, looking to his left-hand side. Cleanly caught at the 12-yard line, brought down by Bryce Molesky.
That's right at the stick, so that looks like it'll be a first down.
Yeah, I believe
Yep, they're
you're
moving
right.
the sticks. So the clock stops until they place it again.
At 1 minute and 8.
Prep has 2 timeouts left.
Wolverines trailing by 14 points. Would have been nice to score there going into the half, that's for sure. Back from the shotgun again, looking to his left. Same receiver, cleanly caught, and again, Bryce Molesky on the play, forcing Capital Prep out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
So that stops the clock because he went out of bounds.
We're under a minute remaining in the second quarter. Wolverines 12, Capital Prep 26.
So they get about 2 yards for a first down to stop the clock again. Let's see if maybe they try to go a little bit deep here now that they're not in the shadow of their end zone.
They do like to snap from the shotgun, and again, looking down the middle of the field, overthrows his intended receiver, all covered up there by C.J. Matson for the Wolverines.
The receiver stumbled there, Josh, as he was going over the middle. He lost his footing.
Yeah.
The quarterback threw it where he should have been, but he wasn't there because he lost his balance.
That's the second time tonight we've seen the intended receiver for Capital Prep stumble over his own feet, resulting in an incomplete pass. The field looks great. We haven't seen any slipping at the line of scrimmage. Here we go. Thrown to his left-hand side. Number 7 cleanly caught. Missed tackle.
Gets out of bounds, though, so that'll
by
stop the
Logan
clock.
Chappelle, but his momentum brought him out of bounds. 42 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That was
down,
a first
too, so
down.
Another fresh set of downs here for Prep. As you were saying, it's the burnt orange helmet, burnt orange bottoms, reminiscent of the Texas Longhorns, and that's their logo as well.
Okay. Yep. Wolverines with the green jerseys and black bottoms tonight. White helmets. From the shotgun, the Capital Prep, 1st and 10. Looking to throw to his left. Good pressure by the Wolverines. Almost tackled, brought down, forced out of the pocket, throws the ball, completed
Nice escape there by the quarterback from Prep.
Brings the ball up to the 47-yard line. Boy, Zachary Tatro got a fistful of the quarterback.
That's the second time tonight. He had him by the ankle on one play, and he got away. And then this time he had him wrapped up around the shoulders, and he escaped that time.
Boy, he sure did. I'll tell you what. Zach Tatro, tight end on offense.
Defensive end on defense.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a basketball player, too. He's played for the last 2 years for Coach Molesky on the basketball team.
I'm out on the field.
31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Who else is making this possible? We're live streaming tonight.
Got a timeout here, so we'll let you know who is making this possible. Uncle Cranky's Cafe. Uncle Cranky's Main Street, Jewett City has great lunch and dinner specials every day, and Becky places their specials on the Wolverine Radio Facebook page. Uncle Cranky's Cafe, proud to sponsor Griswold Football.
Can I say how they helped me out last night?
Sure.
I needed $5 bills for bike night because it was $5 to park the bikes. I went to Uncle Cranky's. They had lots of $5 bills. And they gave them to me. Well, I mean, I gave them money too, but then they gave me $5 bills. Uncle Cranky's. Making change. It was busy there last night. I'm not sure how many people we had total, but there had to be close to 800 to 1,000 people there for sure last night at the TJ Sumner Bike Night. Second one. Here's a snap, looking to throw across the middle, under pressure, rolling to his left. Big throw, misses the hands of his intended receiver. Logan Chappelle on the coverage.
The receiver had definitely gotten behind Chappelle. Ball went right through his hands. That would have been a touchdown.
Thankfully, it was not. Took a few seconds off the clock. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Wolverines 12. Capital Prep 26. 22 seconds remaining in the first half. We've got a couple hundred people here tonight watching this game.
Yeah, we have a decent crowd, for sure.
And I don't know how many we have live streaming, watching the live stream off the Wolverine Facebook page. Pressure again, ducks left, ducks right, throws right, catches the ball at midfield. Wolverines on the defensive coverage, stopping the play with 10 seconds remaining. But the clock is going to run. Oh, no, they stopped because it was a completed pass.
They got an injured player down in the backfield for Prep. Clutching his right knee, I want to say.
Yeah.
But that was Yetton and Molesky on that stop. Nice stop. Only got about 4 yards.
Good pressure on the quarterback. Second consecutive play. They're forcing him out of the pocket tonight. Capital Prep has an injured player in the backfield right around the 38-yard line. Second time tonight that we've had a Capital Prep player go down with an injury. Good field condition tonight, so it's just the athleticism of the boys. There's no slipping. Field is dry, grass is green. Beautiful.
Now, I don't know what the rule is in high school, Josh, but if within the 2 minutes of the half, if a player gets injured, I believe in college and pro football, you have to forfeit a timeout.
Really?
Because they don't want people faking an injury to stop the clock.
I'm sure that's not the case here.
When you have, I'm sure he's not faking an injury, but it's one of those rules of honor.
Sure.
So we'll see what happens. Prep did take one more timeout, so they should have one left.
Yeah, less than 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Wolverines trailing 12-26. Scoreboard currently says that the Capital Prep is looking at 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Player for Capital Prep is limping now on his
number 71, one of the
left
big linemen.
knee. 75.
75. Big
so
lineman.
He's motoring to the sideline, so that's good.
But he's limping on that knee for sure. Ball just a smidge over midfield in Wolverine territory.
Mm-hmm.
Those 9 seconds left in the first half.
Good crowd here tonight in attendance. Looking forward to the Griswold High School marching band here momentarily as halftime will be underway in 9 seconds. From the shotgun, looking to his left, big throw, wide open, misses, incomplete pass. overthrown. No chance at a play on that ball. Again, it was Nate Logan Chappelle covering up that play. Ready to make the stop if needed, but it was not necessary. 4 seconds remaining in the half. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6 for Capital Prep. I love that we're live streaming tonight. That's fantastic.
So if they don't get a first down here,
They're going to run out of time.
they're going to run the clock out on this play with only 4.3 seconds left.
Capital Prep's throwing the ball, and again they're throwing the ball
Tipped.
and tipped
Ball's
by the
incomplete.
Wolverines. Michael Sims on the tip. First half is over. Wolverines trailing Capital Prep 12-26. The gentlemen are going to go take a quick break here and muster their strength for the second half. I'll tell you what, it was a pretty amazing first quarter, and then just like we thought, the second quarter kind of settled into longer possessions, longer drives. Capital Prep was able to score in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to continuing live play-by-play coverage of Griswold High School football on Wolverine Radio.
Welcome back to Griswold High School. We are here live, Griswold, a little short tonight so far against Capital Prep out of Hartford. If you see these kids from Capital Prep, they're absolutely huge. They've got about a foot on just about every one of our Griswold kids, but it's not a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. 26-12 is your score. at the half. My name is Mike Minarski, going to get you a little up-to-date on what's going on around the ECC right now as well, as Killingly is defeating or out in front of East Lyme right now, 26-8. That is at Killingly High School, and that's going on right now. Another game that Wolverine Radio is covering up in Plainfield, the Plainfield Panthers taking on Crack out of Enfield, another one of the regional schools that they're more of a public safety type academy high school. They lead 8-6, and that's in the first half. Wolverine Radio wants to thank all of our sponsors that are, of course, taking part here in supporting your Griswold Wolverines. For example, Putnam Pride and Griswold Pride. We broadcast live every year from the Putnam Pride broadcast booth, as we are right now. LBP Hair Design in Jewett City. Actually, they're pretty much right on the borough. Right on the borough line of Jewett City and Griswold. LBP Hair Design, thanks again for the third year of sponsoring Wolverine football. The Burns Agency, their agencies in Dayville. Thank you to Jay Burns and Archie Drobiak, and well, of course, even my daughter works for the Burns Agency. Thanks for being sponsors of Griswold High School football. Dish Motors, thrifty car sales in Franklin. Thank you very much to Ellis Dish, and if it wasn't for Ellis, we wouldn't have the Wolverine mobile that we kind of tool around in wherever we happen to go. The Jewett City Savings Bank, of course, been a huge sponsor of us. We appreciate them. Third year in a row, as well as Eastern Savings Bank with offices in Norwich, Jewett City, and Plainfield. And lest we not forget, of course, Town and Country Discount Oil. Again, another great sponsor. We appreciate every one of them for being a part of Wolverine Radio. Do you want to pass this piece of information along to you? September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. Kevin Trahan from Allstate Insurance in Plainfield has 36 years of life insurance experience. If you are concerned about your current policy or need some good solid advice, call Kevin Trahan today at 860-564-3383. Guess what? He's even open on Saturdays. Here's a little fun fact about Kevin, too. He played baseball, basketball, and cross country as he graduated from Plainfield in 1977. Griswold Pride has been educating Griswold residents for almost 3 years now on the dangers of drugs and alcohol. Through the help of community leaders and residents, we're all more knowledgeable about the dangers that affect so many people. Pride, that's Pride, stands for the Partnership to Reduce the Influence of Drugs for Everyone. That's Griswold Pride. We're at the half here at Griswold Stadium. 26-12. Capital Prep leads your Griswold Wolverines. We'll be back with more of the halftime show right here. It's Wolverine Radio. Hi.
your money ticket, please come to the press box. Receive your $90. Winning ticket number is 5747.
Make it 30 seconds.
5747394. If you have the winning ticket, please come to the press box. You have 3 seconds, so we'll pull another number. No, we'll give you time.
Griswold Pride broadcast booth here at Griswold High School. Mike Minarski in the halftime show with you. In the broadcast booth with us right now. Talk about anything but lottery. Steve Cravino, the athletic director here at Griswold High School. How you doing, Steve?
Good evening. How's everybody?
You know, it's funny because, you know, you get a summer off and you don't have to deal with me for about 3 months. So I sent you the first text back about a week and a half ago, and I said, guess who?
No, glad to have you back. Glad to be back playing games and not just getting ready for games.
So what can we expect from Griswold, you know, from like the viewpoint of the athletic director for the high school team? They seem like they have a totally different makeup this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of those kids that were younger last year, you know, they're a year older, a little more experience and a little more focused, and I think you'll see a better team throughout the season.
So what was the decision? If I don't know, maybe this is just Greg's decision, of course, but what was the decision to take Molesky off of quarterback and put in Koziel?
Well, I think. Again, you know, last year we had a very young line. I think there wasn't a lot of protection, and putting a freshman in that position would have been difficult. And you know, we don't want to put him in a position where he's not going to be successful. But you know, I think he's grown up quite a bit over the summer. He's a much different kid, and so hasn't Bryce. Bryce has prepared himself well.
He actually went to a passing clinic, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, he did a lot of hard work. He's definitely improved, and we're looking forward to the future.
Now, how is Koziel reacting to having his father being part of the coaching staff? Now his father, Ted Koziel, you know, has been a coach for many years, especially with Griswold youth football and all. Now moving up to this level here. How is he reacting? How's the rest of the team reacting to Koziel?
I think he's been a great addition. I mean, he knows all the kids. He knows the ins and outs. He knows the parents. He knows a lot of things before I know him. So it's he's an asset to us in more ways than one. Not just with not just from the coaching aspect, but he's a great guy to have around. Good people.
So next week is Killingly. Killingly was undefeated in the ECC Small last year. Waterford. Oh, we got Killingly. 2 weeks is Killingly. They're taking it to East 34-6, taking it to East Lyme right now. How do you think Griswold's going to match up with Killingly?
Killingly's very, very good.
End of story.
Yeah, and we'll compete as best we can. But.
Hey, surprised him 2 years ago.
Yeah, we did. We weren't supposed to win
2
that
years,
game either.
No.
Second.
But we did. Anything else you want to add about the football program, Steve?
No, I just think the best is yet to come. We're improving every day, getting better. So come on, and catch a game.
Great. All right, Steve, thank you very much. Steve Cravino, the athletic director here at Griswold High School. We're going to take one more quick break and come back, and we're going to hand the controls back on over to KT and PJ as they take you into the second half here at Griswold High School. Griswold trailing behind Capital Prep right now, 26-12. Second half on the way right here on Wolverine Radio.
That's all the cables. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining continuing live coverage of the Griswold Wolverines. First match of the season, Wolverines versus Capital Prep. Wolverines trailing Capital Prep during halftime. The gentlemen are on the field right now, limbering up, getting ready to go. Another minute or so before the game begins. The score is currently 12 for the Wolverines, 26 for Capital Prep. The story so far, KT, Kevin Thompson here in the booth joining me live coverage. We've seen a lot of penalties, self-induced penalties, costing both teams a lot of yards.
I think we had about 13 penalties in that first half, 7 on the Prep side, 6 on the Wolverine side. And that, like
First game jitters.
Coach Molesky said, first game jitters, you come out, things are a little rough. You have, even though you've had a scrimmage or two, balls right in your hands, and it just went right through them. So we'll see what happens in the second half. I saw him warming up at halftime, and he was throwing the ball a lot for 30, 40 yards getting warmed up. So I'll be real interested to see if they air it out a little bit. And they get the ball here in the second half to start off.
Capital Prep getting ready to kick. So one word, Kevin, why did the Patriots lose last night?
Because they stink.
No, that's more than one word. You're a terrible person. Oh, my goodness.
I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl this year, believe it or not.
It's the kickoff. Oh, we'll get back to that. It's the kickoff, folks, and we recover the ball. Looking for a block. No block to be found. Lost a couple yards on the return effort. 25-yard line. We're going to take the ball over deep in our own territory. Not great field position for us here as we begin the second half.
That was actually, I don't know if that was intended, but that was a pretty clever kick there because it was right in between two of the levels of the kickoff return team, and Patrick Strain had to field it over his shoulder, and by the time he turned around, Prep was there to bring him down.
He wasn't able to find any blocking. I'm not sure if that was intended or not. We've seen this kicker earlier tonight kick the ball to the sideline at least once, if not twice. He's had a couple odd kicks.
Yeah, he hooked it left once.
Yeah, so maybe, we'll see. Here we go. Wolverines take over. They've got possession, 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Back to throw is Kozio looking down the middle of the field. He's got Bryce Molesky wide open, running 40, 30, 20, shoved out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. What a play to start the second half.
It sort of was prescient on our part, right? We said that. Are they going to air it out here in the second half? Sure enough, he gets wide open in the flat about 20 yards down the field and runs for another 30 or so to get inside the 15-yard line. So huge play to start off the second half for the Wolverines.
When Kozio throws the ball, it goes where he put it. I mean, he throws the ball. That was a big throw. And a nice run there, and we burned the secondary on that one. They were not ready for that play. Molesky had a lot of room to run, and run he did. Fantastic opening play here. More progress in 18 seconds than we saw in almost 6 minutes at the end of the second quarter. We're running the ball up the middle here with Devon Ludy looking for a block, wrapped up from behind, drags his defender forward inside the 10.
About 6 yards there. Bring up about 2nd and 4.
Nice run there by Devon Ludy to the left-hand side. We've seen that a couple times tonight where Capital Prep is doing a good job sidestepping the center and the guard, picking up which way the handoff is going and coming in from behind and wrapping up our running backs because the blocking is working. But we're not able to prevent the tackles from coming in at the line of scrimmage so much tonight. Here we go. It's a run to Bryce Molesky. Goes to the right, jogs back to left to the center field for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Let's see. He's only going to be a yard or so short of
about 3rd and 2, it looks like, Josh. On that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's coming close to a first down.
Again, let's not get conservative here, you know.
I know.
Let's not just run the ball up the middle 3 times in a cloud of dust and see what happens. Let's do something a little crazy here.
Yeah, we don't need a first down. We need a touchdown. The scoreboard is saying 3rd and 4. Kind of hard to tell from our angle in the booth here at the high school.
There's no way that's 4 yards where the yard marker is.
The ball looks like it's spotted on the 6-yard line, so the scoreboard might be a little slagging behind. From the line of scrimmage, draws the defense off sides.
And that looks like it was encroachment on the defense, so that'll be a first down for the Wolverines.
I was going to say, I did not see the offensive line even twitch, and I saw 2 guys jump on the defense. Second time tonight they've done that, maybe third.
Third. It is their third time, and that's the 8th penalty on Prep.
I'll tell you what, the first quarter was our strongest quarter. We were actually leading there for about half of the first quarter, and a lot of it was because of penalties that Capital Prep was sustaining against themselves with offsides, and there was a personal foul and a few others.
They've accumulated about 100 yards in self-inflicted.
You don't want to plan on the self-inflicted loss of yards, but I'll tell you what, it really works for our guys. It kind of helps make up the size disadvantage that we have. Here we go. The ball is snapped. Big pile up at the line of scrimmage. If anything, we lost yards on that play. We had Bryce Molesky in motion running across the backfield, but it was moved up the middle. Molesky tried to draw some attention.
Like to see them roll Koziel out to the right side here to his throwing hand side with somebody in the flat, see if they can put one in the end zone.
Absolutely.
Right at the line of scrimmage, it looks like, Josh, from where they're marking it, they lost about a half yard.
I believe Nathan Yetten was in on that carry, but it was hard to tell. There was such a pile up there. Yeah, I don't know if we've seen Koziel roll to his right and throw to his right. He's been forced out of the pocket a couple times to his left. I would like to see that as well. Yet, Bryce Molesky going around the end. Good containment. Touchdown for the Wolverines. Clean play. 9 minutes remaining. 6 more points for the Wolverines. That's going to make it 18-1-8 to 26.
See if they go for 2 here. Yeah, they're gonna go for 2. That'll put them within 6 if it's converted.
We've seen a couple times tonight that the offensive line had good containment on the defense, giving Bryce Molesky some room to run around the end, and he had the room that he needed. He tiptoed through the corner leading edge of the end zone, had all the blocking that he needed. He was relatively untouched on that touchdown. Tell you what, Wolverines made it look pretty easy on that first drive of the third quarter. Here we go for 2. Back to throws. Koziel rolling to his right, just like we want. He's running, dodges the tackle, dives into the end zone, and hits the pylon.
I don't see a signal yet, though.
The refs are not calling it yet.
No good.
They're saying it's no good.
Because there's definitely a pylon on the ground. Because Koziel dove and stretched himself and knocked the pylon with the ball.
By the Wolverines, 26 Capitals.
I don't.
Unless he went out of bounds just before he hit the pylon, I'm not really sure about that call. Looks like the referee's talking to that line judge there.
I mean, they must have seen something that we didn't see. Obviously, they're a lot closer, but I'm telling you
referee's
right now,
coming up to the 20.
There we go.
Good.
Reversal of the call. Hey, when you knock the pylon over with the football, that's the end zone.
As long as you don't step out first.
He was airborne.
So it looked like a conversion to us, but it's the far side of the field, so it was difficult to tell.
We'll take 2. So it's 20-26. I'm telling you right now. So it's a 1-score game. That was a great effort by Koziel. He had some blocking. He was looking to throw it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Had nothing. Ran the ball. Took a hit. But he went perfectly horizontal, about 2 to 3 feet off the ground, and then knocked over the front right pylon of the end zone with the football. And you hate saying it looked clear from here because we're up in the booth and the ref is standing right there in the field, but it looked clear.
It looked like he was in to us.
And there was some chatter going on in the crowd, too. We all saw the same thing. And sure enough, they reversed the call, gave us 2 points. Great effort there, 20-26.
And I bet the conversation between the referee and that line judge was, did he step out before he hit the pylon?
Right.
Did his knee hit before he went out?
Right.
And probably the answer was no. So then the referee's like, it's good.
Hey, we've got Sass on the sideline. Is he ready to give us a quick report here? Here he comes.
Hey, guys. So down here, the question on the field was if the ball hit the pylon or not. Refs did talk it over. The one who did call no hit was the side ref, so he did not have the clear view. After they did
we'll
call
see if we
it,
can get his level up to
you guys.
To get him on the airwaves.
Sorry about that, folks. If I stepped on Sass, he was there a little bit, but I'm not sure if you heard him or not. We'll come back to Sass on the sideline here in another couple minutes. See what he had to say for us. Right now, the Wolverines are getting ready to kick the ball off
sideways again, it looks like.
It is. They're going to do a squib kick from our own 40-yard line. Wolverines 20, Capital Prep 26. This always makes us curious why they do this. The ball's only gone 7, 8, 9, 10 yards.
They recovered it.
Recovered by the Wolverines. I'll tell you what, now it looks brilliant. Apparently, Capital Prep did touch the ball, and then the Wolverines were able to recover. I'm trying to think. We have not seen that play work. ever.
So that was interesting because the ball was turning sideways.
Yeah.
And you have to wait till it goes 10 yards to touch it.
Yeah.
So they waited and waited, but Capital Prep didn't come up.
No.
So it was interesting to see that.
The ball did go 10 yards. Do we have Sass back? All right, let me know when you get Sass. I love Sean Sass. He's a great guy. Works for Wolverine Radio all the time. Did a great job last night at Bike Night. He's down on the sideline with the Wolverines. And let's see if we can get a sideline report from Sean Sass.
Hey guys, so down on the field they are, as you may be able to hear through my microphone, Griswold is excited. I mean, that it is a 6-point game now after receiving that fumble on the kick return. So they are definitely playing hard now and want this game. All right, so you guys.
Wolverines get the ball. Cozeville running to his left, under pressure, holding on to the ball, running out of bounds for a gain of about 5 yards or so. Good hustle. Tell you what, get this man out of the pocket. Stuff happens.
Yeah, that was no receiver was open downfield, so he just said, let me just at least make some positive yardage out of this, and he did that.
And what we're doing now that we did not see in the first quarter at all is called keeping the defense honest. Give a little flexibility here to the quarterback, and we're going to keep the defense honest.
Well, they gave him a couple more yards than I thought he had there, so it's gain of 6 on that.
2nd and 3 is what the scoreboard is saying at the Capital Prep 42-yard line.
It's
across
4.
Midfield.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a pitch play, back to Devon Ludi, gets one block, gets hit, takes the defender rumbling forward, down to the 35-yard line.
No flags, that'll be a first down.
No flags. Hey, the crowd has something to clap about. They're in this game.
And it looks like we got a cramp here.
Oh, yep, we got another Capital Prep.
Yeah, that's a cramp. I could tell just by the way he was holding his leg and went to the ground. He's trying to stretch it, and his calf wasn't having it. So that's a nice cramp he's got rolling there.
So we have a referee timeout here, official timeout, as Capital Prep needs to loosen up. I believe it was his thigh muscle on the left-hand side that was cramped up a little bit. It's not as hot this year as it was last year, but dehydration is obviously a factor because, like you said earlier, game day is different than practice. That's for sure, even though now we're into early to mid-September. So, Kevin, talk to us a little bit. Oh, I just got to say again, I just want to make sure people know that they can do this. This is new for us, and it's so exciting. Live stream this game. You can watch the game and hear our coverage. You simply go to our Facebook page, Wolverine Facebook page, click on the link there, and man, you can be watching a movie on Netflix on your smart TV and watching the game at the same time on your laptop and the coverage as well. Really cool feature. So who's making this possible, KT?
And Thomas Buffington Associates Auto Repair in Plainfield is offering oil changes for a low price of $9.99. That's a great deal. You have to hurry. It's only for a limited time. Check their Facebook page for details. Thomas Buffington Associates Auto Repair, 860-317-1079. Dean's Corner Diner is back for another year of Griswold Football. Stop in any day of the week for, bar none, the best breakfast in town. Not only that, but Dean's has great lunch specials as well. Dean's Corner Diner, open 7 days a week. Says, go Wolverines.
I just like Dean. He's a nice guy.
Mason was here. I saw him walk by at halftime.
Yeah.
His son's here tonight supporting the football team. Mason plays basketball.
The Huffington Auto Care, that's a new account. I don't remember them.
Buffington is a new account.
Very cool. Of course, we're covering the game in Plainfield tonight as well. Wolverine Radio is on the road with Scott Fryer and Jeff Gardner covering the Plainfield game tonight against Krek. We are here with Capital Prep as the Wolverines scurry out onto the field. The young man motored off who was injured for Capital Prep. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the Capital Prep 36-yard line. It's a pitch pass to Nathan Yetton, who's got some blocking. Finally brought down right around the 20-yard line. That was a nice run. That's going to move the chains, KT.
Another first down for the Wolverines. They were having a lot of success in that last drive in the second quarter. They just couldn't capitalize on that 4th down play.
Right now they're looking to tie the game up. The score is 20-26. And, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the game, but this team that we're playing tonight, yes, they're a little bit bigger than we are. That's normal for us. But this team is wicked highly rated. Like the only team that beat them last year that we play is Killingly, and Killingly went to the playoffs, as did Capital Prep, and we're looking to tie this game up in the third quarter. Really nice effort by our Wolverines here. We're a first and third quarter team. It's a run by Devon Ludi, brought down from behind inside the 10-yard line.
Looks like they're marking it, just inside the 10. So that'll bring up about 2nd and 4. 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4.
4 minutes of play underway. It's been all Wolverines here at the beginning of the second half. Literally, Capital Prep has not had a single offensive play as we squib kicked and recovered it as the ball rolled 10.5 yards and we pounced on it. We've tried that a number of times in the past couple of years. That's the first time it's worked. We're actually kicking the ball in a spinning way that seems to be working better for us this year. It's a run to the right.
That was Molesky off to the right. No flags. It'll be another first down.
We'll take it. Stops the clock, I believe. Nope, here it continues to tick. 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2-0-20 for the Wolverines. 2-6-26 for Capital Prep.
First and goal at the 9, Josh.
Excellent. So a first down is a touchdown.
So on this drive, it's been all on the ground. The first drive of the second half, they had a big pass play that set up the rest.
It's a handoff to the left-hand side of the field. Looking for the corner of the end zone. Bounced out by the defender was Devon Ludy, about 1.5 yards short of a touchdown. Good blocking again by the Wolverines. They're stretching out the defensive line.
They came to the wide side of the field. The ball was set on the far hash mark, so they used that space for Ludy to get outside with his speed.
We saw Bryce Molesky run a similar play for a touchdown. I believe it was in the second quarter. Stretched it out from about the 6-yard line in for a touchdown. Devon Ludy attempting it this time. Came up about 1.5 yards short. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Only 6 points behind. Wolverines looking strong here. And it's to Molesky. It's a pitch through the middle, standing up. Wolverine touchdown. It's a tie ball game, folks.
All tied up here. That was straight up the gut to Molesky, and he just powered it in through the end zone.
To give you some perspective of the team that we're playing tonight, this team is ranked about number 25 in the state. We're ranked about 140. And we just tied the ball game.
We did, and as we said earlier in the game, if you're just joining, this team actually went to the state quarters last year, losing to Seymour.
Tell you what, Wolverines have a lot to be proud of right now. They're doing a good job moving the ball down the field. Second quarter was a little sluggy, like we kind of thought it would be. First and third quarters historically are our strong quarters, and that's definitely the case. Looking to run it in for 2 points is Devon Ludy, going for the corner pylon, denied the 2 extra points. So we're going to stick it at 26-26. Tie ball game, 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Talk to us, KT.
So in the first 6 minutes, near 6 minutes of this quarter, Wolverines have scored 14 points to tie the game. And that was mostly done on the ground. They had one big pass play, the first play of the third quarter. They had about a 50-yard pass play to Molesky, and then they ran it in from there. That was all on the ground that time in that drive.
It took us 24 minutes to score 16 points in the first half. And like you said, 6 minutes to score 12 points in this third quarter. So
49 yards all on the ground in that drive.
Fantastic.
For the Wolverines.
Nice effort there by the Wolverines. We're having a hard time converting extra points tonight. We haven't had any field goal attempts at all. It's all been extra points, either for 1 or 2. We've converted 1 or 2, but we're having a hard time. Of course, the most dramatic one was earlier in this quarter with Andrew Koziel stretching it out, knocking down the pylon with the ball. That brought us up to 20-26. And a run up the gut by Bryce Molesky.
Yeah, we're 1 for 4 in the 2-point conversions tonight.
Yeah. And we missed a extra point kick.
We haven't tried to kick. We've gone for the 2-point conversion
quarter.
every single time.
We have? Okay.
Yep.
We blocked 1 extra point attempt.
Oh, no, you're right. The very first one was a missed extra point.
I was going to say, I thought we kicked low.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, for the first time in the second half of this game, with half of the quarter gone, it's been all Wolverines, 26-26. They're going to kick the ball from their own 40-yard line. Another squib Squib kick by the Wolverines. This ball is going to spin for about 10 yards. Here it goes. Oh, no, they faked it out. Line drive down the middle over the head of the Capital Prep player, back on his own 5-yard line, looking for some blocks. Wolverines swarming in, running to his left, going to force him out of bounds. Grabbed him by the shirt. He's still up. He's still trying to run. Wolverines drop the play down just inside the 25-yard line. That was a great kick.
Yeah, you could see Prep creeping up. Even the guy that was far back started coming up. And I think at Molesky's discretion, he saw that and he booted it far.
That was genius. With the ball lying sideways like that, he can either do a squib kick and spin it like they did 4 minutes ago, or he can actually kick a line drive about 6 to 7 feet high down the field, right over everybody's head, caught them completely flat-footed. Had a hard time bringing the defender, the receiver down, but I'll tell you what. So Capital Prep has the ball deep in their own territory. The crowd is trying to get a wave going here. We're having some fun here tonight. We love seeing these guys play football. It's a run. Good blocking. Room to run up the left. Big hit on Bryce Molesky, who holds on to the running back, brings him down. Molesky's up. He appears unfazed.
That's right at the yard marker. That might be a first down.
It's going to be close. That was a good run. That play really it pushed everybody to the right. He ran left, and he had some field that he could build up some speed. He lowered his shoulder right into Bryce Molesky, who he took Bryce down, but Bryce held on and made the tackle. Ooh, they
didn't give him the spot. Oh, they did give him the spot. It is going to be a first down.
I was going to say it. The spot itself looked short, but apparently it was enough. 35-yard line, Capital Prep, 1st and 10. It's another run to the left-hand side. He's crossed the 50, 60. He's across the 30. Wolverines miss a tackle. It's going to be a touchdown for Capital Prep, folks.
Devin Ludy had a chance there to take him down at about the 20-yard line, and he whiffed.
Missed the tackle. That was a 65-yard run. Yeah. Capital Prep responds.
There's a flag down.
All right.
At the 40 of the Wolverines.
So maybe there was what would that be?
Holding on the defense.
No. We're hearing that it might be clipping against Griswold.
Can't be clipping. He didn't make the signal for clipping. And you can't clip on defense.
The points are on the board right now. 32 for Capital Prep, 26 for the Wolverines. Not sure what that call was. They've got the ball spotted for the extra point attempt. Let's see. I'm having a hard time seeing it. Is it at the
it's at the hash where they do it. The 2.5.
The 3.5, the 2-ish. Yeah. So whatever that penalty was,
it was holding on Griswold, so the defense held somebody.
Yeah. Oh, rain starting. We didn't see that one coming. Rain coming down now on the field. I'm not sure if that was in the forecast or not, but here it is. So they're going for 2, and it looks like they are able to ramble into the end zone, but no call yet. Oh, there's the call. So, yes, Capital Prep is able to convert 2 points. It is now 26 for the Wolverines, 34 for Capital Prep.
So in a minute and 10 seconds, Prep responds.
Boom. 65-yard run. We were almost able to stop it around the 15-yard line, but he just had too much momentum built up. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Wolverines 26, Capital Prep 34. Very exciting third quarter here. Have we heard from the team in Plainfield at all? Do we know what's going on? Plainfield is up 23-12 over Creek. Creek is also a sister school of Capital Prep in the Enfield area. We played them last year and won away. That school is located out by the airport. This school here is in downtown Hartford that we're playing tonight, Capital Prep.
Well, we have 3 people listening at least. My wife, Jen, and my son, Connor, and my daughter, Sydney.
Well, there we go.
They're listening in to the stream.
Now, are they watching the live stream too, or just listening?
Just listening.
Okay. Is she making them watch Gilmore Girls while listening to football?
No Gilmore Girls. Connor wouldn't do that.
Okay, good. My wife would do something like that for sure. Here we go. Capital Prep ready to kick. Okay, so they assess the penalty on the kick
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're kicking off from the Wolverine 45-yard line. And it's a good kick, cleanly fielded at the 5-yard line. I believe it's Devon Ludy, on the run back, looking to his right, getting some blocking, and forced out of bounds at the 25, maybe 26-yard line.
No flags. A decent run back by Ludy by about 20 yards.
It was a very nice run back. So I've seen the superintendent here tonight, Mr. Sean. I saw Miss Erin Polonen as well, Griswold High School principal. She's here tonight. I'm sure there's some other professional educators out here as well. Just haven't seen them all. Good crowd here tonight. Looks like the rain has let up. It was just a quick little 90-second downburst. Wolverines lining up in their traditional formation. Koziel at the line of scrimmage with the snap. Fakes the handoff, is scrambling to his right, under pressure, and big sack. Big sack for a big loss.
That's a loss of about 15 yards.
He was looking downfield, and there was nothing shaping up for him, and there was a lot of pressure from the tackles and the ends that time. They were able to get past our centers and guards. So that set us back. 2nd and 26 for the Wolverines here from our own 10-yard line or so. Looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 15. So his knee must have touched, and the ref saw that.
Yeah, that's still about a 10-yard loss.
Yeah, because he ended up rolling around the 10-yard line. But the ball is spotted 5 yards further up the field in our advantage.
He was not happy, too, because when he came over to the sideline to get the play, he was pointing downfield and to Coach Wilcox saying that somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be.
Yeah, because he was looking. All right, so it's another run up the middle to Bryce Molesky, rambling forward to the 20-yard line, gain of about 5 or so on that play. 2nd and 21 for the Wolverines. Less than 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 26-34.
I think it's third down, Josh.
Is
it is. Yeah, it's third down.
Thank you, sir.
3rd and 16-ish.
Yep. 26-34, trailing by a touchdown are our Wolverines. It's been all Wolverine as far as the clock is concerned in the third quarter. They've scored a couple times, looking to score again. Capital Prep answered. Only took them about a minute and a half to answer. The Wolverines have 3 minutes to try and tie the game up again. Back from the shotgun. This is a new look for us. Nathan Yetton in motion. It's a handoff to Bryce Molesky on the right-hand side. He's got some blocking and some open field brought down.
Not yet.
Oh, no, not yet. There was a missed tackle. He rambles forward for another 7 or 8 yards up to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Wolverines.
He carried about 3 prep players with him there.
Yeah, I thought he was down.
On the way through, all the way up to the 40. No flags, so that's a first down.
I thought he was down, but no. Nice run there.
He has to have more than 100 yards on the ground at this point.
He's having a good game. Of course, he was a quarterback last year. This year he's coming in as a running back, and so far this new changeup seems to be working pretty well for the Wolverines. I like what I see with Koziel. He's got good accuracy, and if anything, I'd like to see him throw more. But that's more play calling than anything else. Molesky is just putting some yards on the ground when he's on his carrying as a running back. From the shotgun, Koziel signaling, Yetton in motion. It's another handoff again. This time running to the left-hand side of the ball is Bryce Molesky. And he's able to turn the corner for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
That's a late hit out of bounds.
Capital Prep. Big personal foul.
Late out of bounds, penalty flag on the play.
Capital Prep came in with a big hit after the play was out of bounds. Everybody's fine.
That'll be another 15 yards for the Wolverines.
That's going to move us across midfield for sure. And again, this is what we're seeing is that self-inflicted wounds on Capital Prep.
That's penalty number 10, I believe, on Prep.
It's the 2nd or 3rd personal foul?
At least.
We had one for running our mouth, which is our favorite personal foul. I believe that's the only personal foul we've had. So big penalty here for Capital Prep. They've given us a number of yards tonight. Let's see if we can capitalize. It's going to move the ball across midfield.
Out of bounds, maximum 15 yards.
So now the ball is at the 40 of Prep.
That was a good second effort on that play, too, because he was getting forced out of bounds, and he was able to break some ankles and turn it upfield for 3 or 4 yards, ducked his head.
Timeout by Prep.
Timeout.
Capital Prep calling a timeout. Kevin Thompson tell us who is making live stream and live coverage of Griswold High School football possible.
That would be Kevin Trahan at Allstate Insurance in Plainfield. 36 years of life insurance experience, and September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. If you don't have life insurance, well, I don't know what to say.
Good night. Between Harvey and Irma and
everything that's going on in the world, you definitely need life insurance because you never know.
Good night.
If you are concerned about your current policy or need good, solid advice, call Kevin today, 860-564-3383. Even open on Saturday. Here's a fun fact about Kevin. He played baseball, basketball, and ran cross country at Plainfield and graduated in 1977. Does he really want people to know he graduated in 1977, Mike?
Were you born in 1977?
I was.
I know.
I was 9. All right, if you have legal issues, they can be very difficult. The law office of Stu Norman has helped countless people in our area when it comes to probate, real estate closings, living wills, and much, much more. The law office of Stu Norman, Slater Ave, Jewett City. Stu is a GHS alumnus and a former member of the Wolverine football team.
What year did he graduate?
Doesn't say on here.
Come on.
But he's also a new sponsor.
Oh, that's correct.
Welcome to the team, Stu.
Thank you, Stu. Nice to have you on board.
All right, looks like they're coming back out here.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines. 2:22 remaining in the third quarter. Scores 26-34. We're looking to put our third touchdown on the board in the third quarter. We are a first and third quarter team, and it is coming through. Here we go. It's a pitch play to Devon Ludy. He breaks one tackle, scrambles, keeps his knees off the ground, churning forward, and it looks like he came down right around the 34-yard line in Capital Prep territory.
Yeah, that's going to be a 5-yard pickup. It looked like one of the prep players had him for about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and then he broke away from him and was brought down 3 or 4 yards later.
It was pretty cool. He held the ball with his left hand as he was going down, reached down with his right hand, and kept motoring and kept his knees off the ground. It was actually very well done. Picked up another few yards.
This is certainly a lot more offense than we saw last year from the Wolverines.
Dude, we've seen more offense tonight than we saw in 3 games last year. And honestly, I think it's from the switch from Molesky from quarterback to running back. Here we got Nathan Yetton running to the right-hand side, looking for some blocking, cutting back inside, gets a couple blocks, brings the pile with him to the 25-yard line.
No flags. That'll be another first down.
Bingo. 26-34. We're looking to score here with about 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Here's what we're seeing tonight is Devon Ludy, Nathan Yetton, Bryce Molesky, 1, 2, and 3. Literally, that's the number on their jerseys. Of course, Koziel is the new quarterback. We haven't seen a whole lot through the air from him. When we do see him throw, he's accurate, but his 3 running backs are making it happen. The offensive line has been providing some blocks for them.
Yeah, the beef up front is doing the job tonight.
Yep. They got fed spaghetti last night.
And a lot of meatballs, from what we hear.
How many? 8 pounds of meatballs is what we heard? Something like that? It was something ridiculous. No, it was like 200 meatballs and 8 pounds of sauce. And 9 pounds of spaghetti?
I don't know, Mike. How much was it?
No leftovers.
It was at your house.
Mike wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you were at the bike night, right?
I wasn't there. Had nothing to do with it.
Ball's on Capital Prep 26-yard line. The clock is expiring with 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 26-34. We're looking to score here. Wolverines are in the huddle. When they come out of the huddle, they're going to have about 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lined up double wishbone. So it's going to be a run unless they get real clever here. Sure enough, pitch to Devon Ludy in the backfield. Hit in the backfield. He's in trouble. Brought down at the 28-29-yard line. Loss of 2 or 3 as the time expires for the third quarter. So wraps up the third quarter here. 26-34. We were tied there for a little bit. Now we're trailing by just 1 touchdown.
That was a nice play there by number 6 by Prep. He definitely rerouted Ludy. Ludy couldn't get around him, so we lost a couple yards on that one.
Yeah.
It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Wolverines.
Yes, sir, it will.
All right. Camping can be a great family activity, and it's even better in a new or used RV from Highway Campers in Plainfield. Pull trailers, mobile homes, park models, they have it all. Highway Campers, Route 12 Plainfield. Proud supporter of Wolverine football on Wolverine Radio. They have said it for a few years now. Come on, Josh. What is it?
Who?
It's the.
I wasn't listening.
It's the wood.
Oh, are we talking about Dean's
That
Blazing
makes
Barbecue?
it good. That's the mantra of Uncle D's Blazing Barbecue in Norwich. You've seen them at Griswold Town events. Why not experience them in their restaurant just off Old Exit 42, New Exit 14, behind True Value? Uncle D's Blazing Barbecue loves Griswold. Griswold Pride, this is the Griswold Pride booth that we're in, has been educating Griswold residents for almost 3 years now on the dangers of drugs and alcohol. Through the help of community leaders and residents, we are all more knowledgeable about these dangers that affect so many people. PRIDE is the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. That's Griswold Pride.
Well, we turn the field around. Wolverines are going to take over here on radio right. Our end zone is now, I believe that is the western side of the field. They're going to be running to radio right. From the shotgun, Koziel moving under pressure. Oh, loopy pass. No good. Incomplete. He was looking for Bryce Molesky.
That did not
run.
That did not develop the way they wanted it to, Josh.
Broken up. That man-child there, number 62 from Capital Prep, broke that play up real good.
They were hoping that the defensive line would rush Koziel and then he'd flip it to Molesky and he'd have the sideline.
Yeah. Didn't work out. And we apologize, folks. We're not able to provide names for these young men who came down here tonight from Hartford. We were not provided their roster. So we have their numbers, but we do not have their names. But they're big.
Looks like they're going to go for it here.
So it's 4th and 10 for the Wolverines. They're going to be snapping the ball from their Capital Prep 27-yard line. 2 wide receivers for the Wolverines. Signaling Nathan Yetton. Play is whistled dead. They saw something I did not see. What's the signal here? What was that?
Delay of game.
All right.
Delay of game on the Wolverines. That'll make it 4th and 15.
The Wolverines are in the habit of calling each play from the sidelines, and that's zinged us twice tonight so far for delay of game penalties.
Koziel, just like last year, Molesky. Koziel runs to the sideline. Coach Wilcox gives him a play. He runs back. That takes at least 15, 20 seconds right there off the clock.
It's cost us 10 yards tonight, too. And a little momentum. Here we go. Same play, lining up from the shotgun. New look. Koziel back to throw. Pressure. Sidesteps the pressure. Runs through the middle. And then brought down is the quarterback, Andrew Koziel. That's not going to result in a first down. Capital Prep's going to take over on downs right around their own 30-yard line. He was looking downfield. He was looking down the middle, but the play did not develop. He didn't see. He's cautious.
He was looking at Tatro, and Tatro was double covered, so he tucked it and tried to run, but they brought him down.
So good news is it did not end up in a pick six. Bad news is Capital Prep takes over on downs now. This is the start of the fourth quarter. So, all right, so what's the real reason, Kevin? And don't be all saucy on me. What happened to the Patriots last night?
I honestly think that their defense struggled all in the preseason. I mean, we went to the first preseason game.
Preseason against Jacksonville.
And they got burned 3 times on long plays, and the same thing happened last night.
Yeah, what about Mini Gronk? Did he have a big night last night?
No.
Was he even in the game? Gronkowski's brother is now suiting up for the Patriots as well. Big play here for Capital Prep, running down the left-hand side of the field. Finally brought down and forced out of bounds.
Touchdown saving tackle right there.
Boy, I'd say he did. He's a sophomore. He's 5'8", 155 pounds, which is a great size for a sophomore. But he brought down a guy that was
Prep
about
guy looks like he's injured.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's limping.
Oh, this guy, he was number 1.
He got the cramp again in his left calf. Yep, same thing happened.
There might have been holding at the line of scrimmage. Okay, so the guy that ran the ball did a nice job here for Capital Prep. He's been struggling tonight. Second time now, his left thigh has been cramping up, and he has to stretch it out. So he's on the Wolverines sideline right now. There is a flag back in Capital Prep territory at the line of scrimmage that everybody is ignoring.
They're going to probably wait until the injury is resolved here. Mm-hmm. Referee is talking to, I believe it's the umpire, trying to figure things out here.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the game. I've got to get my cable hooked up again. I only keep it on for football season, and we haven't made the phone call yet. But Yeah, I heard that they scored early, but
So they had to be holding somewhere because it was a 10-yard walk-off.
yeah. I heard a interview, though, with Brady and Belichick, and basically they said everything was terrible about the game last night.
Brady was off, unlike you see Brady very often. A lot of his throws were high over the receivers' heads. He was even in plays where the guy was wide open sometimes. He was throwing it behind him.
You think those guys get first game jitters?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
Not Tom Brady, especially.
I wouldn't think so. Not the GOAT. Nobody's saying that it's because he's 40, but let me just tell you that magical things happen when you turn 40. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, magical things that aren't good.
That's what I'm saying.
So all of us in this booth have experienced that. So.
How about 50?
Easy now.
Not quite there yet. Next year.
Coach Minarski, you're 50? 51. You're good night. You're lucky to be alive. Hey, are you still not smoking?
I'm not.
So give our listeners, what's the key? It's been, what, 20 days? I know a little Nicorette helps.
26.
26 days? So what would the Mike Minarski of today tell the Mike Minarski of 27 days ago about smoking?
Quit smoking because otherwise you want to punch somebody in the face.
Smoking made you ornery.
Well, no, non-smoking made me ornery.
Oh, non-smoking made you ornery. I see. That's not helpful.
No, I'm all right.
That's good.
It's
look good.
Every day it's a little bit better.
You look good.
Well, they say 21 days or 21 times, right? For a habit to be broken or
21
formed.
days to make a habit, 21 days to break a habit. You're right.
Oh, man, I can form a new habit in about 6 minutes, I think. I don't know.
We didn't say make a thing that fits on a nun's head.
Because I tried maple bacon pizza for the first time last night, and that might be a habit. Let's see. My son, who's in the marching band at Killingly, is saying that East Lyme is trying to score some points here, 34-20. Killingly still in the lead, but East Lyme is back on the board and back in the game. Here we go with Capital Prep running the ball to the left-hand side, bringing it up to the 25-yard line. So I'm not quite sure what the penalty was, but apparently it
had to be holding because they marked off 10 yards, and that's generally an offense. It's a holding.
Do we know what the score is with Jeff Gardner and Scott Fry up in Plainfield?
26-12 last I knew.
26-12 is the last that we knew. Plainfield versus Creck from Enfield, and as I just said, Killingly versus East Lyme. Killingly up 34-20. I'm guessing that game is in the third quarter or so. I think they started a little bit after we did.
Makes me wonder
if it's a fake handoff and a big throw to the left-hand side by Capital Prep. Overthrows his intended receiver, who was open. We've been having a hard time covering the receivers tonight. Logan Chappelle, he was there, but he was not going to stop that play, but the ball was overthrown.
The Prep quarterback just threw that ball 50 yards in the air, so he can definitely air it out.
Yeah. Yeah. What's interesting for Capital Prep tonight is for a team of such good size is they about every other play they're airing the ball out, they're throwing the ball, whereas the Wolverines we only throw maybe 2 out of every 10, and I might be being generous.
Well, the Prep definitely has that college spread pistol.
Yeah.
People call it different things. Offense that was really started by Jim Kelly and the Houston Gamblers in the old USFL.
Yeah. What's interesting is how the pace of the game, first and third quarters, very exciting. Second and fourth kind of settling down a little bit here. Looking to throw to his right, under pressure. Big throw to the right. Devon Luty's right there. It looks like he came up with an interception at
the inbounds?
The 45-yard line. Let's see what the call is.
Was the inbounds?
It looks like that call is going to stick.
I'm not so sure. No, he was out of bounds. He was out of bounds. They're bringing it back.
Are you seeing a call somewhere?
Yeah, they put the 4th down marker.
All right.
For Prep, so he was out of bounds. They're going to punt here.
Oh, goodness. Is this a score for Redmen?
What's Killingly score again?
The Killingly score, for those of you who are curious, Killingly 34, East Lyme 20. I'm not sure what quarter. I think it's the third quarter, but I'm not sure up in Killingly. So The pass was intercepted by Devon Ludy. However, we believe he was forced out of bounds and made the catch out of bounds because right now Capital Prep has the ball. 4th and 15. Wolverines just drawn off sides there. Flags everywhere.
A lot of yellow hankies on the
so
field.
The ball was on the 45-yard line.
That's a penalty on Wolverines for encroachment.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not going to give Prep a first down. It's going to move them up a few yards for the punt.
The ball was put back on the 25-yard line, deep in Capital Prep territory, and now it's on the 31-yard line. So Devon Ludy made a beautiful interception there, but he had his foot out of bounds, and so Capital Prep is kicking the ball away now. No choice. Bouncing right around our 40-yard line. So the Wolverines are going to take over on downs on their own 40-yard line. They got 60 yards to march down the field and 10 minutes to do it to tie the game. It is 26-34. Very exciting third quarter. The pace of the game in the fourth quarter has slowed down for just a moment.
I think they should do what they did in the first play of this half.
No kidding.
And come out and throw the ball, catch them off guard maybe a little bit.
They had a couple of very well-conceived and well-executed plays early in the third quarter there. And I think Capital Prep only had the ball for a minute and a half in the entire third quarter. They did score a touchdown in that minute and a half, but Wolverines owned the clock and did score 2 times. It's a pitch to Bryce Molesky, who rolls forward for about 2 or 3 yards. 10 minutes remaining in the game. We're down by 1 touchdown.
Second down, 7.
Next week, we're on the road, right?
Waterford, correct.
The first 3 games of our season this year are hard games. But I'm telling you right now, if we play like this against if we can maintain this level right here, we're going to have a very good season. Devon Ludy in motion, signals to the quarterback who pitches it to Nathan Yetton, who has some blocks running around. Boy, he just takes the whole field with him. Rambles forward for a first down, crosses midfield, 47-yard line.
There is a flag down.
Is
there is a flag down, yep. I see the referee standing over it.
Oh, you're right. Rain beginning again here in Griswold. It rained for about 90 seconds somewhere in the third quarter. A few minutes ago, light rain resuming here.
Block in the back on Griswold.
So Griswold had an illegal block. It looks like the score in Plainfield is 37-13. Plainfield is leading Creek from Enfield. Here in Griswold, it's 26-34. Wolverines trailing by 1 touchdown. And up in Killingly, it is the Redmen 34, East Lyme 20. These games will be concluding probably in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so.
All right, let's see if they throw it here on 2nd and 16.
From our own 35-yard line, it's a run play to the right. Bryce Molesky looking for some blocks, gets some blocks, rolling forward, gain of about 6 or 7 yards, brings the ball up to the 41.
It's going to leave about 2nd and 8, or 3rd and 8, I should say.
With the rain coming, they're not going to throw. We're not going to throw with the rain.
3rd down and 8.
We need to throw. We should throw. Because good things happen when we throw. But with the rain, that's going to make that challenging for both the quarterback and the receivers. Ball on our 41-yard line, 3rd and 8. Here's the snap. It's a pitch up the middle. Holding onto the ball with 2 hands, brought down by half the squad up to the 47-yard line. It's going to be short of a first down, bringing up 4th and a yard or 2.
4th and about 2.
Yeah, with 8 minutes remaining
Pretty
in the
certain
game.
they'll go for it here. They're right at midfield, so
yeah.
Brings up a 4th down and a long 2.
Need a score here.
The rain's picking up in intensity.
Under 8 minutes to go, so you might as well just take the chance here to see if you can at least get the first down.
What we found is on punt return, Capital Prep can be explosive. And I'd rather contain them at the line of scrimmage and go for 2 than kick the ball and see what happens, because we've seen 65, 70-yard returns tonight with Capital Prep. They've got some speed. So here we go. Our center's in position, snaps the ball. Rain coming down. Oh, Koziel calls a timeout. He saw something he did not like.
I think he probably saw the clock running down and wanted to make sure they didn't get a...
So, folks, if you haven't had a chance to go to Wolverine Facebook page, please do so. Click on the live stream link, and you can see the play as we call it, because, folks, you're listening and watching Griswold High School football on Wolverine Radio.
A minute.
I was hoping you'd thank you. We hadn't gone to a commercial this whole half.
I went through all the sponsors though, so all the reads twice.
Really?
Yeah, I've been through them twice in this game.
No, we've been good with that. Bad with that though.
Well, we've been through these twice,
The
and we're
third
going
quarter,
through
you
the third
couldn't
time.
take a break.
These right here, you can bang through these like during, halftime.
Halftime, right? Exactly.
Pre-game, post-game.
Post-game,
that kind of
exactly.
stuff.
As long as you get 2 or 3 of the commercials out.
Well, I try to play 4.
Oh, what are you obligated to? Do you 4? Okay.
Which we do.
I didn't mean of those. I meant of the reads. I meant of the reads, not of the commercials.
No, the reads 2 to 3. All right.
Bring us back.
We're announcing on the radio. They can't hear us out there.
All right. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Continuing live coverage of Griswold High School football as the rain comes down, trailing by a touchdown. It's a run up the middle for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. It's Bryce Molesky with the
That's
carry.
a first down.
First down for the Wolverines as Bryce picks up about 4 yards. We needed 2. Hi, Mrs. Minarski. Did you know your husband is 51?
I did.
She did know that he was 51. He doesn't smoke anymore, though.
A lot of people are making their way to shelter here as the rain starts to come down a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Including Mrs. Minarski.
I'm still a trade-in. She's looking to trade me in, but I still may have a few dollars value.
She's not looking to trade you in.
I'm not looking to trade you in.
You're not upside down on the loan, are you?
Well, I'm way upside down.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
He outkicked his coverage.
Here we
We'll
go.
just
We got
say
Devon Luty running to the left-hand side of the ball, taking 2 defenders with him. Flag on the play. The play stops at about the 43-yard line. My guess is you're right, KT, that we probably held on that. That's going to bring it back to about midfield.
Actually, bring us back into our territory.
Into our territory. If it goes that way. Yeah, it looks like it is. So we're trailing by a touchdown here with 6.5 minutes remaining in the game.
Block in the back.
That's the second time we've had that particular call.
I think we're up to double digits in penalties now, too.
Yeah.
We've had close to 25 penalties in this game, folks. It's, game 1. It's a little sloppy here and there, but there are some moments of this game, some stretches where we've had really great play on both sides of the ball for both teams.
Yep. We've had both teams with some delay of game, just with mixed-up signals coming in from the sidelines. That's probably just first game communication stuff that'll get sorted out tonight. We've had 3 personal fouls committed by Capital Prep. Gave up big yards. Offsides been called a number of times tonight. Here we go. Running the ball up the middle is Bryce Molesky looking for.
You combine that with Minarski and Molesky.
Oh my goodness! I tell you what, that was a nice run. He's about a yard or 2 short.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Original line of scrimmage.
So we're across midfield again. We're at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 11.
You know how many times we mess up Molesky's name?
Yeah, it's Bryce.
No, we're talking Rob.
Oh. With Coach Rob?
Coach Rob, yeah.
But he's nice.
He's a great guy. We just keep messing his name.
He hasn't punched any of us in the face, I don't think.
No, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
A nice person.
Here we go from the line of scrimmage.
Throwing
He's
the
back
ball.
to throw. Cozy looking to throw. Good pass protection.
He's open.
Big throw. Open receiver. But deflected by number 5 for Capital Prep. Looking for Devon Luty. And honestly, the ball just didn't quite get there because Devon was open.
So like you said, Josh, that looked like it was a bit underthrown by Cozio. I think the ball was wet. They're putting a new ball in the game right now, a dry one.
Updated score, Killingley East Lyme, Killingley 40, East Lyme 20.
Be interested to see the stats on that game, how many yards Lockwood had. He had more than 2,000 last year.
So the rain's still coming down, not as heavy as it was a few moments ago. That last pass was a beautiful throw, but it was a little underthrown. Might have been because of a wet and slippery football, but back from the shotgun, looking to throw again. He's got a little time, but then his coverage collapsed. Big sack, big loss, down inside of our own 40. Blown coverage there.
Prep sent 5 guys on that play, Josh. So
Steve Sims was lamenting that at our center.
It's tough as center because once you snap the ball, you got to try to get back on your haunches as quickly as possible. And sometimes the guy's already by you by the time you.
Yeah, I think that's what he was lamenting. He got taken out of that play. From our 4th and long.
4th and about 22.
We're going to kick the ball away. No choice here. Deep in our own territory. The ball's going to get bounced and then picked up at the 32-yard line. The running back has some room to move. He only Bryce Molesky between him and a touchdown. Bryce makes the tackle and forces him out of bounds. Man alive.
That was about a 50-yard return there. He's knocked out at the 25.
So Wolverines have definitely been owning the clock, but not able to capitalize in the 4th quarter. This team on special teams, Capital Prep, is trouble.
They have amazing amount of speed.
Yeah.
Who's that stretching his leg out there, the calf? I bet that's a cramp. Is that Ludi? Yeah, that's Ludi.
Yeah, he was stretching out earlier tonight, too.
A lot of cramps in this game so far that we've seen.
Yep.
Like we said, when you're in practice, they practice in 100 days in this, but the adrenaline is totally different in the game.
1st and 10 for
CJ
Capital
Madsen
Prep.
coming off the field. Okay.
From Wolverine 25-yard line. It's a run up the middle, looking for some room to go. Finds some room to the left, 5, 10, 15 yards. He's going for the corner of the end zone. One big hit by Devon Ludi, but it's too little too late. Touchdown for Capital Prep.
Flag down at the 20.
Yep. There is a flag at the play back at the line of scrimmage. Because I'll tell you right now, it was holding because he was looking, and finally found something, and it's because someone grabbed him.
And the ref's talking to Coach Wilcox, so it's definitely on Prep.
Oh, asking the...
Oh, sideline violation on Griswold.
Are you
Touchdown's
kidding me?
good.
You're kidding me right now.
No, so that's essentially an unsportsmanlike conduct play.
Penalties against the sideline
and Wilcox is really giving it to the ref right now.
Oh man, that's just.
So there's a box in the white line that you're supposed to stay behind. All the players are supposed to stay behind, and there's a box that the coaches have between the 25s, and they're not supposed to go out of that. And I bet they went outside of that box.
First game of the season. How about a warning? You know, how about
maybe they
warning?
did warn him already. We don't know.
So I mean, not that you want to call a touchdown back because of that, but anyways. So touchdown for Capital Prep. The score is 26-40. Capital Prep takes a 2-score lead now. It's one thing when they're playing the game and you call penalties. It's another when you're watching the game and they call penalties. How about you give us a warning? Kick is deflected again. I wonder if it's the same.
Yep, that's Sims again.
Wow, Sims. It's the same right forearm. Look at that poor guy.
That was his hand that time. He's shaking his fingers.
Yeah. Michael Sims, sophomore, 5'9", 155 pounds, 2 block extra point attempts tonight with his right arm. His right arm is a little magical.
So they have about 4.5 minutes here.
Yep.
Down 14.
Yep.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
No,
Crazier
of course
things
not.
have happened. I think there was a game in February. Somebody was losing by 25 points, and they came back.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah, something like that. They talked about it too much last night. That might have been the problem. So the rain has stopped here in Griswold, so I'm going to say it for the 100th time. Throw the ball. Ground and pound is not going to win this game, but if you throw the ball, we might be able to put some points on the board here late in the game.
best thing you can do right now is do a lot of play action because, 85% of the plays have been runs. So if you start doing that, they're going to have to respect it.
Right.
And that'll give Cozio maybe a little more time and the receivers a little more time to get open.
Now, Capital Prep has made a big adjustment in the fourth quarter in that they are putting some more pressure on Cozio in the pocket. They've actually flushed him out a few times, whereas they were not able to do that earlier in the game. Not that we gave them a whole lot of reason to, but they adjusted quickly to that. So here we have Capital Prep back to kick from their own 40-yard line. 4 minutes remaining in the game.
They were offside on that kickoff.
Fielded cleanly at the 30-yard line, looking for some blocks. I believe it was Nathan Yetton on that carry up to midfield, just short of the 50-yard line.
The whole right side of that kickoff team was offside. Before the ball was even touched, they were offside, and the officials didn't see that at all.
So that kick was not a deep kick. It was a conservative kick, and we returned it about 20 yards. So we've got great field position here with 4 minutes remaining in the game, 26-40. We're down by 2 scores. We need 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points to tie this game up.
So let's see what they do here. Yep, they're spreading it out, Josh.
Good.
They've got two wide receivers, one wide, one in the slot, same formation on each side here. So 4 to go into the pattern with one running back to stay in the block. And Cozio's going to go down.
Cozio's going to go down. He did not. He had a little bit of time, but his receivers are not getting open. He had about 2, maybe 3 seconds, which is not bad, but he did not have any targets to throw at. And what we've seen tonight is he will not throw unless his receivers are actually open. So he's playing conservative, which is good. But his receivers need to run their routes a little bit crisper, look a little bit sooner. Throwing the ball quickly this time to Bryce Molesky, not able to hang on to it. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and 16 for the Wolverines.
Ball was a little high.
Yeah, it was, but it hit him in the hands.
Yeah, it was a little high, a little behind him, so it was a bit of a tough catch.
Yep. For a sophomore, fourth quarter, he's still throwing pretty accurately, I think.
Again, running over to Coach Wilcox, getting the play. Now he's finally back in the huddle. 15 seconds have gone by.
Yeah. 3 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of the opening season game between Griswold Wolverines and Capital Prep. Wolverines trailing by 14 points here deep in the fourth quarter. Back to throws. Cozio looking to his left, finds Bryce Molesky, who hits him in the numbers, but Bryce cannot hang on to the ball.
Yeah, that one was a little different. That was right to Bryce, and he just dropped it. He was double covered. I don't know if one of the guys got his hands in there.
Maybe.
Tough to tell from our angle.
Yeah, it is hard to tell. So what with a little bit of rain softening up the crowd and some slowdown in the offensive action, our fans here are ready for something, and the Wolverines are trying. 4th and 16. Let's see, the ball is spotted at our own 43-yard line. Looks like we're going to go for it here. From the shotgun, looking to throw to his left-hand side, looking down the middle of the field, scrambling now under pressure to his right. He's got some room to run. It's not going to be a first down, but forced out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So we're going to be giving the ball to Capital Prep here on their own 48 with 3 minutes remaining in the game. They're up by 2 scores, 26-40.
Just over 3 minutes to go in the game.
Wolverines, I believe, had the full complement of their timeouts. So
yep.
If they are able to get some stops, call some timeouts, they probably get the ball back, at least for one more possession.
Have we had any luck with Sass from the sidelines?
No, I told him to come up here.
All right, so we have not had any. We're working out our season opener glitches here with Sass from the sidelines. He's always got some good work. We have a faulty stereo cable. Griswold just calls a timeout. That gives us a few minutes to tell you about some of the fine folks who make tonight possible.
And that would be Uncle Cranky's Cafe. Uncle Cranky's Main Street, Jewett City, has great lunch and dinner specials every day, and Becky places their specials on the Wolverine Radio Facebook page daily. Uncle Cranky's Cafe, proud to sponsor Griswold Football. Here's a great deal just for you. Thomas Buffington Associates Auto Repair in Plainfield is offering oil changes for the low price of $9.99. You have to hurry. It's only for a limited time. Check their Facebook page for details. Thomas Buffington Associates Auto Repair, 860-317-1079.
You can get a $10 oil change?
That's what it says.
Wow.
Mrs. Monarski will be there tomorrow.
Is it new motor oil that they use?
I don't know.
Mazzola.
Wow. That's a good deal.
Maize oil.
I mean, I love you, Kevin.
Oh.
I love you guys, but I would not change your oil.
He's got
for
the
$10.
Mr. Fusion 2000 and is using banana peels and.
Wow.
The oil off the top of the Teddy peanut butter brand.
Yeah, that's quite the deal. Wow, these
Prep's not spread out anymore.
No,
just gonna
they're
run
gonna
the ball
play
here.
Conservative, ground and pound for Capital Prep. Boy, he's got a big play opening up to the right-hand side here. Wolverines struggling to catch up with them. Nathan Yetton in on the tackle as they cross midfield, a gain of about 7 or 8 yards there on that run play.
Horse collar or face mask on that one when Yetton brought him down. So that'll be a penalty on the Wolverines.
Yep. 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter here tonight.
Personal foul, horse collar. Yep.
The rain's kicking in again. So, yeah, I think we're going to see Capital Prep just keep the ball on the ground, run the clock out.
Was it supposed to rain tonight?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that in the forecast.
Whose fault is this? My fault. Oh, my goodness.
You're the preacher.
I really did have a bad day today. So let's just, you know what? There is something to said for kicking a guy when he's down because he's down. So you might as well kick him. That's fine. I broke my truck. I broke my big chainsaw. I broke my little chainsaw. I broke my neighbor. Yeah, I broke stuff. Another run to the left-hand side by Capital Prep. This guy is huge. We've got Brandon Yetton Brandon Yetton dragging him down finally.
About a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're giving him more than that.
With the wet field conditions and the size of that running back, Yetton went for a sleigh ride there.
I don't think I've heard Josh say radio right or radio left tonight.
I did earlier.
Really?
Yeah, when we turned the field around between the third and fourth quarters, we were radio right. Remember we were heading westbound?
No.
Where were you? Oh, my goodness. Like I said, today's my day. Kick me while I'm down. It's my fault. I have not, however.
It's kind of old school saying that. People don't really do radio anymore, so I say whatever device you're listening on.
Yeah. YouTube, right? That doesn't have the same sound effect. All right, it's a run to the left-hand side of the ball. We're having a hard time bringing him down. Couple of hits, missed tackles, finally get him down at the 10-yard line.
That'll be another first down.
Another flag.
There's a flag. See what it is, but if it's on the Wolverines, it'll be a first down.
A minute and 52 remaining in the game. Wolverines 26 with Capital Prep 40. I'll tell you what, Wolverines played a great game tonight.
Holding on Prep. I think we're at penalty number 30 in this game.
It's unbelievable. You can only call so many penalties because of first game jitters. There's some actual issues going on here. A lot of holding. We've seen
a lot of it has to do with the crew too, because there are some crews that
that's true.
A little grab, they'll let it go. Some crews don't.
Right.
We should ask the scorer how many penalty yards there were.
So it's 2nd and 6 for Capital Prep from the Wolverine 25-yard line. From the line of scrimmage, it's a handoff to player number 1 who breaks through all the tackles. Wow, that was a crazy shirt tackle there by
Bryce Molesky.
Bryce Molesky. Literally looked like he did it with his fingertips and saved a touchdown.
And that is a first down. Prep gets a new set of downs.
Yep, and they've got a minute and a half with a 14-point lead. We were tied in the third quarter, looking to go ahead, and then not able to hang on to the lead as the fourth quarter began. penalties has been a big part of the yards going back and forth for both teams tonight. What with the rain and the scores, some folks are starting to head home. Big pile up there right in the middle of the field. Gain of maybe a yard or two. 1 minute remaining in the game as the clock continues to tick.
I know Bryce Molesky's had a great game tonight. I'm sure he has more than 100 yards on the ground.
He sure
But
did.
you got to give a lot of credit to the lines, both defensive and offensive.
Yeah.
Because they've held their own tonight.
They sure have. I would have to say that our average lineman is outweighed by 25 to 50 pounds, but you wouldn't tell it. You couldn't tell it by the quality of play tonight. And are you kidding me? Oh, okay. That's going to be the game, folks, as Capital Prep took a knee to down the ball on second down. The clock continues to tick, 23 seconds remaining in the game. However, the teams are congratulating each other, thanking each other for a good game tonight. So final score here tonight in Griswold. Wolverines lose their season opener against Capital Prep 26-40. But we saw some great effort tonight by the Wolverines, led by their new quarterback, Andrew Koziel. Last year's quarterback, Bryce Molesky, had a big game tonight as running back. We saw Devon Ludy and also Nathan Yetton with a fine performance. Our offensive line did yeoman's labor tonight in slowing down a very highly rated Capital Prep team. So the Wolverines have nothing to be ashamed of tonight. Penalties were a factor for both of us.
Yeah, I tried to check with the official score. They stopped keeping track after the first half.
Okay.
Literally, because there were so many.
So many of the yards given over because of
number of penalties, yards. They just stopped keeping track.
Yeah. So, of course, we're hoping for better results tonight, always looking for a win. But honestly, with the Capital Prep team rated so highly as they are, going to the quarterfinals last year, only losing to Killingly, and then again in the quarterfinal itself, the Wolverines really did a nice job tonight. And it's funny how even though the teams change a little bit year by year, we are a first quarter and a third quarter team. That's when we put our big points on the board. 26-40, the final score here. Wolverines losing to Capital Prep. We're going to take a quick break and then come back with our game synopsis. You're listening to continuing high school football coverage here on Wolverine Radio.